I want it that way.
While you're watching a king stream. Welcome everybody to another stream featuring me, myself, Chosen Ken Karate. Can you believe? Look at this. It's crazy. I got my own dojo and everything. And this is infinitely better than the movie. We got ourselves Kane and Wolf, the Scottish Ken. Look at him. There you go. Look at that. And we got MMA King Ken Jr., who's I'm going to be very careful with how I word it.
He looks really annoyed. Let's just say that.
But remember,
thank you for tuning into
February is next month.
Right, you need to stop using that as a crutch, man. Come on.
Without further ado, Danny, go straight into the lister. Let's begin.
Just want to say one thing, Jacob. I really love you, man.
Totally not inspired by the Barbie setup.
Okay. So this is what we're going to be talking about. So you guys know, for the first part of the segment, Chosen Familia, we are going to be talking about how a lot of Barbie fans and a lot of people are mad at the Oscars. Wow. Hashtag, like the Oscars have never got mad about anybody and offended anybody. Like that never happened. That Margot Robbie did not.
Are you talking about that very small independent show, the Oscars?
Yeah. You know, the one that really nobody doesn't care about, but like.
Yeah.
But So like Margot Robbie didn't get a nomination for being the best actress. And also the director, Greta somebody, didn't get a nomination for being the best director or whatever. You know, and it was $1 billion film, so we'll talk about that. And DC news. So we got some good stuff and we got some bad stuff. So
is that a surprise at this point with DC? Some good news, but here's the little bad at the end.
Death, taxes, and DC straight up as normal. So
death, taxes, and DC. But yes, we're gonna be talking about our man James Gunn. So there's some news out here.
We have to talk about that again.
Of a Pacific universe that he might be adapting. I'm not sure and everything if this is true, but you guys know the Tomorrowverse?
No.
Not another freaking
we're gonna talk about that.
No more.
No, the animated movies in that universe are all as shit as it is.
So the second part of this is the cast of Superman Legacy, like the lovely actress that plays Lois Lane said that this Superman is going to be a little bit of fun, and then there's a lot of people that are a little bit mad about that. I don't know, can't please everybody. As far as Marvel news, so so Bullseye from the Netflix series.
Yes.
He's gonna be in the MCU. That's some news right there. And then we also gonna have another part from the MCU. We're gonna be talking about, like, there's another rumor for our lovely company Sony about Spider-Man. There's a rumor going out there that the rumor of
Jacob, leave it till later, please. We don't need any more disappointing news.
I want to know what rumor.
So this is a rumor. So take it with a grain of salt. Okay, I'm finna say it. Okay, so so Kevin Feige and Tom Holland. Kevin Holland is an MMA fighter. I get those two confused. One is white, the other one's black. So like the Kingpin, you know how they're supposed to be street level stuff, right? Yeah. So allegedly, the rumor is like they wanted to adapt Kingpin in, but they wanted they just want to keep it specifically MCU. But since Sony has the rights, majority of the rights to this movie, they want to put in Andrew and Toby in at the same time or whatever for that movie.
Sense in the slightest.
For Spider-Man 4. I know, right? And everything.
Otherwise, I'm going to go on a very passionate rant. We'll leave it till
me
later.
too. That's fine.
And then the final part is, guys, since the chat.
I'm giving.
And then the final part, just to end off the stream, is you lovely fans get to ask us some questions. So, Mr. Jacob, you can have the floor, Sensei. Good.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start out by saying, per what we said earlier on, the Oscars snubbed someone. Oh, that's never happened before in the history of the Oscars. Now, just to give everyone a bit of a setup for it, because this is a subject I don't know too much about in terms of Margot Robbie and her being snubbed. I didn't really keep up to date with it. I haven't really followed it for the simple reason. Also, how's my audio? Is it sounding pretty good? Is it on
Your
any...
audio's fine this time round. Don't worry.
Absolutely spicy. But I don't care about the Oscars. I just don't care. I don't care. I couldn't give a frog's fat ass. I really, like, don't get me wrong. As an actor, or for any actress or actor out there, a performer, it would mean the world to go on stage. And I saw Danny like laughing earlier on, to win an award and get an Oscar. It's a mark. It's a pedigree to say, hey, you're in the elite category. It's like the Hollywood Walk of Fame or the Hollywood Hall of Fame, whatever it is. But
Yeah.
I find that there has been many times that Oscars have snubbed people. I don't even want to mention Angela Bassett. But the Oscars have a history of snubbing people all the time. And the more that happens, the less I care about it. So for me, I just don't care. Now, does that mean it's a reflection on Margot Robbie? Absolutely not. For me, Margot Robbie is cream of the crop. She's very freaking talented, really good. And there's a reason why Harley Quinn is the so-called face of DC, if you will, and these two are both on mute at the same time, is the reason she is the face of DC is because of the energy Margot brings to her roles. It's very irreplaceable, if you will. Like she's that good. So for her to not get an Oscar, for me, I don't necessarily think that is an indication of, oh my goodness, look who it is. TCK!
TCK, no way!
I'm in so much pain right now.
Oh, you all good, bud?
What happened?
I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, yeah, sorry, dude. Sorry.
It's okay, man. You can come on the stream. It's all good. There's always a seat.
I need a distraction.
Yeah, hey, more the merrier, man. More the merrier.
Apparently, like the Backstreet Boys, and then Danny.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
But,
you know,
welcome back, sir. Welcome back. Everyone, give a massive, massive welcome to our lovely boy here. What's up, geezer?
See you all in the chat. Good to see you, boys.
Yeah, welcome
Nice
back.
to see you too, man.
good to see you, bro.
Margot Robbie and her being snubbed, and I basically said I just don't care because I don't care about the Oscars anyway. So I don't really have a dog in this fight personally.
Okay.
I just don't care. In terms of it being, like I said, a reflection of Margot Robbie and her talents, no. Margot Robbie was and will always be cream of the crop. Whatever you put her in, there's dudes that show up to movies just to watch her.
Yeah.
So
fair enough.
So I don't mind. I don't mind in terms of what the Twitter internet conglomerate thinks with the the people that spam on their keyboards and literally headbutt those things. I think channel your energy in a different direction. Just a losing battle. I mean, like, Adam, what do you think about all this?
I really could not give two craps about the fact that Margot Robbie isn't getting an Oscar. Right? Is she an amazing actress? Yes. Is she? But if she's not got an Oscar for her previous roles, which I would argue are better, why is it going to matter about Barbie? Yes, you can say it's the best role ever, but that's just because Twitter and whatever the hell else is going on over there. But also on top of the fact is that it's the Oscars. Like, who actually cares about the Oscars these days? Last time I work. I've got other things. Yeah, exactly. No one cares about the Oscars these days. It's the thirdly as well. Like, especially like this director woman. I'm sorry, I don't know who she is. So, like, if she's getting snubbed, that's cool. But I don't know who she is. I don't really care about it. Like, I think too many people get so caught up because they're too infatuated with someone that will clearly never touch them. But it is what it is.
What the hell? Even though you're on mute, I can feel that coming through the screen. Jesus Christ,
dude! I can see it falling out your mouth, dude. Like, goddamn.
Like, good Lord Almighty. But I'm of the same notion. When it comes to award shows, I really couldn't give a frog's fat ass. Like I said earlier on, I just don't care. Like, they come on, I just go, oh, and then move on to the next thing. Screw the truth. I agree. That's more of a fight. Like, that is a fight I can get behind.
Yeah.
But Yeah. Okay, again, I can't hear him, but I know what he's saying down there. Love you, Dan. Love you, Danny. We also established on a little video that I did on Adam's channel when we were watching Empire Strikes Back. If you haven't seen that, go check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Danny's my father, apparently. So
also,
that make sense?
and also what we have established earlier, Jacob, I am technically your brother then as well. So
there you go. There you go. We both have our. Wow. I'm not going to go any further.
Yeah, it's quite ironic. The most pale complexions as well.
Midichlorians, man. Midichlorians. I don't know how it works, man. I don't know how it works. Midichlorians. I don't know. Yeah.
No. So how about you, TCK, before this goes off on a tangent?
Yeah, I think. Well, first of all, I think you guys both made a great point. Oscars and these award shows, they don't mean anything. Like, obviously it's great for these guys to, you know, get recognized, but like it's so subjective. It's a bunch of old white dudes picking who they think is the better one. So
Daddy's laughing because Daddy said the exact same thing.
He's right.
Like what you're saying, Danny would say right now, people that don't season their food. Carry on.
Yes,
exactly. Like, it doesn't matter, but for Margot Robbie, if you look at first of all, the Oscars only nominate 5 per category for acting. If you look at the 5, like, these are all 5 very deserving, stacked actresses.
Oh, Carey Mulligan, yeah,
Carey Mulligan, who was great in Maestro, Emma Stone, Lily Gladstone, Annette Bening, like, those are all like. So I don't think it's more she was snubbed. It's like there's just, you know, more deserving.
So much competition.
There's 5. There's only 5. And they were just more deserving. Like, I think like the whole Barbie got nominated for Best Picture. That's huge. It got nominated for Screenplay. Like, those are like the only ones that really, you know, matter. Like, the acting one,
and also supporting actor and supporting actress too.
Yeah, exactly. So it got plenty of award nominations. So the movie's getting recognized, which is important. So all these people complaining about she didn't get, like, obviously people, the fans enjoyed her performance.
Yeah,
that's all that matters. People liked her in the movie. Who cares if she didn't make the top 5 best of the year? Like, it doesn't. It doesn't matter.
And she's not even getting mad about. If she ain't getting mad about it, why are you getting mad about it?
Culture, and I'm glad that you brought it up, Noah. But the thing is we live in a culture where people are like, oh my god, Barbie's the best movie ever. It destroyed Oppenheimer. Well, actually, no. Oppenheimer is the one that's going to stand the test of time. Barbie's more of like a party
in the moment
kind of thing.
Yeah,
it was more in the moment thing.
It's not necessarily about the film. It's more of like the hype surrounding the film. It's like, hey, we can all wear pink. That's kind of why I bought this. You know, we can all wear pink and go to parties and things like that.
Yeah.
People aren't looking at the other 5 names and going, oh, what was their performance like? What pedigree? You know, what did they put in? What was the story being told? And it's sometimes you got to chalk it up to. It doesn't mean that Margot did anything worse or less than the other guys. It's just it could go either way. You know,
I mean, it can go either way.
Like, let's say the 4 handsome gentlemen on the screen right here. It could go either way. You know.
Also, to be fair, people are getting annoyed, but she's too busy like fangirling over like Slipknot recognizing her. Like, that's one thing I found funny about Margot Robbie. No one in their right mind would have thought she was a metalhead.
Margot Robbie, I'm sorry, Margot Robbie's one of the most humble actresses that I've seen. Like, a lot of, especially nowadays, a lot of actors and actresses are kind of stuck up. She's like goes against the grain, bro. Like, so. It's like, once again, it's one of those like, okay, I understand if that's your girl, but like, if she's not mad, why are you mad? Like, you know, like, she's like, okay, you know, obviously there was better people.
They think that if they can get her nominated, they might actually be able to be in the same room as her, but it's not going to happen. So they need to chill out a bit, man. Seriously,
it's not going to happen.
It's probably
not going to happen.
Probably not going to happen.
It's probably they're sat there like, I'll go to the Oscars. It's fine.
It's like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm gonna go back to old vintage Danny when I first met you guys.
Oh, God,
she's not gonna sleep with you. She's not gonna sleep with you.
It's true. Like, carry on,
Danny. I mean, for me, like I said, like all you young men brought up great points. I mean, listen, do I like Margot Robbie? Yeah, I do. I mean, look at her. She's a beautiful,
imagine Danny on a
nice,
porch, like swing that chair, like, you young man.
winter Winter bunny. Yeah. She's amazing. Nice bunny, right?
Oh, for Christ's sakes, ain't a nice bunny. Shut up.
But like, I don't care about the Oscars. Like, the Oscars have became a meme of itself. Like, they do. Sometimes I think they just do this stuff on purpose, just so we can talk about it. And guess what?
Probably.
I mean, come on. But Angela Bassett, we all knew Angela Bassett got robbed.
Don't even get me started. If we're talking about people getting robbed, Angela, that is the biggest load of bollocks ever. Angela Bassett getting robbed for her before. Oh, she killed it, and she didn't get a single way. And there was no competition, in my opinion, that time round.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's a. But it goes back to it goes back down to this. It's like
people that judge these are people that don't season their food. That are just
that's part of the reason, but like also it's because they are old too. Like they don't keep up with pop culture movies. I mean, let's just keep it a buck and everything. Like anytime when like Dark Knight should have won Best Picture, Logan should have won Best Picture. What else was a good pop culture movie? Like
yes, I knew it. I knew it.
What's going on?
I love it every time because Danny doesn't get that option.
Oh,
he's just left in the dark, not knowing what's going on.
What the hell is wrong with you? I'm really asking.
Wow. Well, I can't say that on film. I can't say that in
what the hell is wrong with you? I'm really asking.
Oh yeah, no. By the way, just a heads up. There's been an update to the streams. There's going to be about like 6 other different times where this will just happen.
Christ.
Yeah. You Scottish little man. You are funny, dude. Like,
hey. Who are you calling a little man, Danny?
Back on point.
Remember, I'll see you in Texas one of these days. You better be careful what you say.
Right,
this is true.
Carry on. We're going off topic here. We need to talk about Barbie and the importance of why people deserve Oscars.
I'm sorry.
I think I just find it
paint dries. I'm sorry.
I mean, I think it's, but don't you think it's a little funny? Like, don't you think it's a little funny that Ryan Gosling, like the person that you're supposed to hate in the movie, ends up getting a nominee though? Like, I think that's hilarious. Like,
that's true. Like when Barbie came out, everyone was talking about Ken and Ryan Gosling. No one really talked about Margot Robbie as Barbie.
Yeah, no, they didn't. Yeah, you're right. No, because all the memes were about Ken as well.
Yeah.
When you look at it, it's just like, oh, it's just Margot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Margot playing another version of Margot.
I said this. She doesn't really do anything that special in the movie. Like Ryan Gosling as Ken.
Could we say she's the Rock of the females?
You could actually, because she's basically everyone. What?
The only role that I know that she definitely doesn't play herself is like Harley Quinn. But other than that, the rest of them, she's very similar roles.
I mean, she did good. She did great in Wolf of Wall Street, and of course, she does good in.
Like that was her breakout role. So the breakout role in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done some other good stuff. It's just that she just since she played Harley Quinn, that's all people know her as. So that's just the thing about doing pop culture movies. If you do really great at the role, that's all they're gonna know you as. You're Harley Quinn. You're not Margot Robbie.
Yeah, but look at Daniel Radcliffe.
The thing is, you'll get some people that go, but let me get the glasses. Where's the glasses? But I don't like that because you shouldn't typecast. Well, unfortunately, she's embedded in the pop culture zeitgeist as Harley Quinn. That's just gonna. That's not her fault, and it doesn't mean that she can't branch out to other things. RJ,
RJ, where are you right now? Someone's basement?
Are you talking into a toaster?
No, I'm outside.
Welcome, RJ. So, RJ, just because I know you're probably like at work right now, we're talking about Margot Robbie getting snubbed and why we don't really, frankly, give a shit. So,
all right, let's talk about Gail Bedecker.
I mean, let's talk about Gail Bedecker, yeah? So, first I want to say, screw the Chiefs.
Say how great and dapper Jacob's looking.
Yeah, right.
No, forget you for a second. My boy, TCK is
Forget you.
My boy TCK is back on the stream. Oh man, I'm about to cry.
In so much pain.
I'm sorry, TCK.
Through the Chiefs.
And the receivers
Can we get a
like
round of applause
sold,
going
man.
for the Ravens? Can we get a round of applause
I'm
going?
sorry, that
No,
game is not,
we don't even deserve that.
that game is not on Lamar. That game is not on
No,
Lamar.
it's not on Lamar, but every white dad. who's
Everybody
sucking to the
else,
back is
it's
gonna
on the
do it.
O-line and receivers.
Yeah, O-line.
Well,
sucks.
anyway, back on job. We're not talking about Dak. It's the one heartbreak at a time. So RJ, what's your thoughts about this whole like snubbing situation? Just out of curiosity.
Okay, so
You have the floor, sir. Well, go on then.
All right.
Well, go on then. Come on.
I mean, I would. You keep interrupting me.
Shut up.
Shut up. No, so Margot Robbie is a great actress. This isn't about that. Like, she's phenomenal.
She is amazing.
But this isn't the performance she got snubbed for. The performance she got snubbed for was I, Tanya. She was really good in that. She should have gotten
that film was great.
That's arguably she should have won and got nominated and won that year.
Yeah.
So listen, Barbie, is it a good movie? Is it a good movie? It's decent. It's not. I wouldn't say it's bad. I won't say it's okay. It's a blockbuster film, but it's not a Oscar worthy film by no means. By no means. And I just think that it's pretty like crazy how like everybody's all up in arms for this.
She didn't get her Oscar.
But there's been plenty of movies in the past that are blockbusters and that haven't gotten the Oscar word, like that haven't gotten any Oscar noms, but the performances in said movie have been like really good. Like, I don't know why Ryan Gosling is nominated. I don't think that's the Oscar worthy performance.
Because people want to sleep with him.
He's Kenneth.
Like he's good in it. He's fine, but I just don't understand why he's nominated. I think that
Yes, the gravitas. Yes, the gravitas.
like
See,
like, to me,
he's got all fan bases though, RJ. Think about it.
I don't care.
men
but-
and
I mean, he's the.
Oh, yo, I've just
I mean,
noticed-
listen.
You know,
He
And
is
the
the true
children
king of
too.
Wakanda.
You know how we call RJ Kenny, as in Cobra Kai? There you go, Kenny. There you go.
Oh Lord.
That's
No,
your name.
but-
Don't you get it? He's the
But
king of
like-
Wakanda, RJ. He's
I
the
just-
king of Wakanda.
I don't give a shit.
You really want to see that so badly, don't you?
But like for me, I just don't think that
I'm meant
like
to
the
watch the world
movie
burn.
is any like. If my issue is that like there's so many like women in the like the women
Uh-oh.
that no.
Uh-oh.
What? Whoa. Hold on.
Whoa, hey, yo.
Hashtag cancel the goat trending on
Whoa,
Twitter.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know.
and this-
Whoa,
and this-
can I
yo,
get off my
yo,
point?
What the hell is wrong with you? I'm really asking.
Well, I just asked one.
Hey, this time I didn't say anything. Like,
Whoa. I didn't even finish.
I plead the fifth.
That's not even. I didn't finish.
I didn't finish.
I did not.
let him purposes. Let him save himself. Hurry before the
Save
before the clip
myself.
it.
I didn't even say what
To be fair, RJ, so far though, I don't know why, but you see, if you were in a black
you
suit in
missed a
front
lot.
of like a podium giving this answer, it would just make it so
No,
much better.
what I was saying is that as far as like lead actresses go, you got Lily Gladstone in there. You got so many other performances that are really good, and no one's talking about it. Like, you got Emma Stone in there, and people are mad that Margot Robbie's not nominated. That's my issue. It's like there's so many like other performances that are really, and I'm sorry, but the people that are complaining about like her not being nominated, they haven't seen these other movies. Like,
I was gonna.
Thank you. They just got on Barbie because it was popular. That's all it is. It's like, oh, it's Barbie. It's like, what about the
On that note, I was like actually listening to the Critical Drinkers podcast today or whatever, and somebody made up a good point saying like when Margot Robbie didn't make the nominee or whatever, it goes back to when like Mike Tyson got knocked out by Buster Douglas or whatever, and like Buster Douglas said that was the worst night of his life because everybody just kept on talking about Mike Tyson getting getting knocked out or whatever, and not talking about Buster Douglas moment. It's the exact same thing with all the all other things of those actresses that worked hard to get there.
There's so many other actresses
Yeah.
that are like that have had better performances, and they should be talked about. Not we shouldn't be talking about this person got snubbed.
I agree 100%.
And all everyone talked about was
like I love the Iron Claw, and I think that Zac Efron should have gotten nominated. I really do, but
100%.
But those other ones,
I still haven't seen it yet. I need to.
Those other nominees, they're really good. You can't American Fiction. I'm gonna see that this week.
It's like imagine if there was an award show and they're like, Jacob, you've knocked out the park again. I'm using me as an example, of course. You've knocked out the park again. You've been amazing. But it's like I'm not the only one that deserves an award.
I plan on seeing American Fiction. I plan on seeing American Fiction and The Holdovers this week, and I've heard great things about those two films. So, I mean, I just feel like people. When it comes like the Oscars, it's like there are certain like snubs for sure. Like look how long it took DiCaprio. I mean, look how long it took DiCaprio to win it. He got snubbed.
And he got it for The Revenant, didn't he? It's like don't get me wrong, he was great in The Revenant, but it was for like he's done better. Like I mean,
for sure, yeah, for sure.
Same thing. Denzel got snubbed way too many times.
Danny salty about that.
My issue with Departed, he didn't even get nominated for that one. He got nominated for Blood Diamond. What?
Would you say The Departed is what he should have got it for?
Well, that year he was in 2 movies, so they nominated him for Blood Diamond that year, and they didn't give it to The Departed. So, but The Departed won Best Picture that year. So, I mean,
I think that movie's overrated.
Whatever. Well, we love what we love.
That's the one big control of the stream. I get one.
But no, like I just feel like
it's okay. It's okay. Right, I'll get you back for RJ later on, Jacob. It's fine.
I'm starting to sweat. I've got to get this now.
Yeah,
but no, I just feel like there's like too many like people that are just saying, "Oh, well, it's not." Well, no, did you see Killers of the Flower Moon with Lily Gladstone? Did you watch?
Yeah,
it? Did you see Poor Things?
Dude. You know, it's getting ridiculous. You know, it's getting ridiculous when Hillary Clinton is replying, talking about like, "Oh, this movie got like Margot got stubbed." Like, no, I'm just saying it's fair and everything. I ain't even trying to bring up any of that. It's just
idiot, right? Wait.
I get it.
Chill. Right. Wait. We need to do one very important thing. Round 1, fight. Go.
What?
What?
All right, okay.
What? I'm so confused. Wait.
I'm confused too. It's getting to February.
You missed your opportunity, man.
I think that's a great point, man. That most people who are complaining they don't watch the other movies.
They don't watch other movies.
Barbie was the biggest movie.
They only watch movies that are popular, and this was my problem when Barbie came out. It's like, oh my god, we get to dress up in pink.
Okay, I'm gonna say another point. Okay, so we're all in agreement that Barbie is like basically a blockbuster summer movie, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So my
can't deny that.
My issue is that while it's nominated for all these awards, what about the Batman? What about the Dark Knight?
Very true.
Exactly.
What about
No, cook. Let him know.
I think we all know like the reason why. It's because of
we know, but I'm
the
just saying it just
the message.
The message.
Yes,
the message.
I mean, we all know, but I'm just saying.
Shout out to the drinker.
It just proves that like there's inconsistencies and it's no genuine. Oh, like you want to vote for this because it's a good film. It's because of other things. Like
it's just because it's popular. It's like anything, really.
It's just what normally happens. Like as I've said, when there was all these like Barbie fan people, they're like, "Oh my god, it's so
Barbenheimer."
It's like, no, you're wrong and you're stupid. It's not so much better than Oppenheimer. It's just because every man, woman, and their dog is going to see Oppenheimer, and every girl and man and woman and their dog is going to see Barbie. You're jumping on the band.
Listen, let me just keep it a book.
I stand by this. No one went to see this movie for what story are they telling?
It's for Margot Robbie.
It's got Ryan Gosling and it's got Margot Robbie.
Yep.
It's not
because
First of all, this movie
took over the world. The summer everywhere had Barbie, like a McDonald's,
everywhere.
Both films helped each other.
And
my issue is that the Academy used that as their selling point to promote the film and nominate it.
Exactly, and also to get people to watch the Oscars. to get people to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, we all know why. It's like to get views and shit.
Because
like,
nobody watches these other films. They watch the big blockbusters of the year.
Yeah.
for sure.
Most people
Yeah.
aren't going to watch the Oscars, but now they're going to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think
The only time Oscars get
biggest-
exposure is when there's a
I
slap
think
involved.
the biggest
If
like,
if
unusual thing for this year's Oscars, because I think they overall did a pretty good job of the nominations this year, was nominating what's her name, America Fiera, the girl who's in supporting actress for Barbie.
Oh yeah, I know. who
Because
you mean.
let's be honest, you take out that big monologue she had that everyone talked about.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm
What,
gonna
what
say
else
something
did she
after
do
you.
in the movie? Like,
I'm
what?
okay. Hold on. To add on to your point, this is one of my biggest issues with supporting actresses and actors when they nominate someone. They look at one fucking scene. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say that, but they look at one scene.
It's okay. It's half an hour in anyway. You're fine.
Half an hour
They
in.
look at one scene and say, "Yep, oh my gosh, like yeah, that's
Oh my god,
this
that's
is
I get it,
empowerment.
like,
This
I
is
get it.
empowerment.
like
Yeah.
I get it, like it's it's supporting actress and actors, and they're not gonna be like they're not the lead of the film, but like why did they look at that one scene? Why one scene?
Yeah.
He's cooking.
No, I agree 100%. I think the reason they did it is because they're like, we're not nominating Margot Robbie because there's not enough space, so we're gonna throw her in.
Yeah, that's fine. I
It doesn't
mean,
make sense. I'm honestly, I'm not mad
You
at
had a
that.
better performance than that America Ferrera girl, and she's barely in Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
Mm.
100%.
Like, come on.
And
Well,
also, I don't.
it's a-
We're here. We're here.
Here's my thing about Ryan Gosling. I know you said he shouldn't be nominated. I'm actually happy they gave it to him because the Oscars usually don't push for comedic roles, and Ryan
That's fair.
Gosling, he definitely was like,
yeah.
I mean, Brad Pitt won
The
an Oscar for
funniest-
one
in
Truth,
my
time
the
in Hollywood,
truth,
though.
the truth.
I'll do the dance for you, RJ.
he was the funniest. He was the funniest and like most memorable part of that movie. Like I didn't like the movie. But
I don't-
Here's my
I don't
thing,
think
though.
many
If we're
people
gonna-
act
if
like-
we- this is my issue. If we're gonna do stuff like this, Scarlett Johansson should have got nominated for Endgame. Zoe Kravitz should have got nominated for the Batman.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
never gonna like that. It's
They're
like
never
a-
gonna do it. I'm
They're
just
gonna-
saying,
That's an
like,
entirely
You know they're biased. You know,
Yeah, but
no, I know,
once
I
again-
know. I'm just saying.
in terms
I'm just
of
saying,
like, hold on, let me
how
just
they
finish.
are.
Shut
like,
shut
the
up, shut up,
blockbuster
shut up,
films.
shut up, shut up.
Quiet.
Quiet.
Jesus.
wait.
Wow.
It's like I said.
Sure.
Shit. It's like I said before. In terms of the superhero genre.
Oh, they've been to laugh.
If you can have films like The Dark Knight or Logan or all these films and they get barely any look in, then it's never going to happen. Like it's never.
Yeah, for sure. I know.
yeah.
You know, I
This-
mean, it's like with the Batman last year. How many like snubs of everything?
They got snubbed a lot, bro. They got snubbed a lot.
Everything.
Yeah.
That should have got a best picture nom. I'm sorry.
This
Should've got a Best
this
Picture
might
nom.
make me sound like an MCU fanboy, but fuck you, I'm not. Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. He gave a crazy good performance in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
But in my
Oh, he was
opinion,
great.
his career's best work, acting wise, is Civil
It's
War.
Iron Man. It's
Civil
Iron
War.
Man.
Yeah.
Or
Iron Man and
same as
Tropic
Iron Man.
Iron Man and
specifically in
Tropic
Civil
Thunder.
War.
Iron Man and Tropic Thunder.
I'm
Yep.
hearing a
Yeah. He should have got one for Tropic Thunder, by the way.
Yeah.
They've been keeping us down for 400 years. You are action Jack.
So like they don't.
But-
They're so not
you know-
on the superhero genre. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just
Because
saying.
they're old white. Like they're old white guys. They don't care.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. It's true.
Right? Can we
Hey,
just
he
all
said it.
agree
I did
that
it.
there are a bunch of old white dudes that eat food with no seasoning and that they can go and I don't know. I can't say that.
It be like that sometimes.
It'd be like
I
that something.
mean,
Like I think I'm a little Barbied out now. Like I
Yeah,
wanna
me
get this
too.
thing off. I wanna get
all
this
I'm just
thing-
gonna say
I'll
is
see
this:
I gotta
that
go- I gotta like close up, and I'll see you boys in an hour.
all I'm just saying is this:
Yeah.
if I wish
Jacob,
Japan
save
had,
Spider-Man
I
for
wish
last,
Japan
please.
had enough time
Wait.
to put in
RJ,
Godzilla minus. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it.
Before I let you finish
And
with
the
your
Iron
closing sentence there, Danny, RJ, give us your closing thoughts.
Watch Killers of the Flower Moon. Lily Gladstone deserves that Oscar. Just saying. Or watch Poor Things.
Shut up.
There you go. You shut up. Now. Welcome.
When he woke up this morning, he was white.
All right, I'll see you boys
When
in an
this
hour.
guy woke up this morning, he was white. Where is it? Let me find that.
Not that hot. This guy woke up this morning. He was white.
I love that clip, man. I love that.
Whoops. Danny, what was your final sentence before we transition on to the
No,
next
I was gonna say like the only thing is I wish Japan had enough time to put in Godzilla minus because like I that movie was just amazing or whatever. I know they got one for like special effects or whatever, but like international movie, I believe if it had enough time that it would have won easily. Yeah.
Same with the Iron Claw. Like,
Iron Claw was
and
amazing.
you want to talk about a big snub? Zac Efron.
Yep.
One of the best performances.
I
of the year.
still need to watch that.
I'm telling you, man, you have man tears, man. Like that movie is powerful.
Oh, I'm watching it.
Man
That
tears.
movie, it's a hard watch. It's not a fun watch, but
It's not a fun watch, man.
Is it one of them kind of movies where it's like it's so amazing, but you have to be in a certain kind of
I think it was just too. I think it was just too less.
Also, I think it's also the fact that it's actually based on a true wrestling family as well as an actual true story.
Oh, I need to watch.
It's very.
That movie came out like too last minute. So like I told RJ and Darius, I said like this if this movie would have came out on Thanksgiving weekend, it would have got some Oscar nominees and everything. Like, but it was.
Okay, Danny, transition us into the next topic, sir. I'm going with
Okay,
Batman.
so boy, man. Damn it, James. Can you just give me It's like, God damn it, James. Okay, all right. So there are like heavenly rumors from people. They're saying that's close to James Gunn. They're saying that they're finna adopt the Tomorrowverse, like the new animation verse that's going out right now. And also they're also saying that James Gunn is doing way too much in the universe right now for this DCU going forward. So like for the first part of DC, how do you guys feel about that?
Carry on, Danny. So we were changing the names of the
Yeah. Green Lantern, I guess.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm John Stewart. I'm John Stewart. Yeah, so no, that's basically what it is. Like, they're basically saying that they're adopting the Tomorrowverse, like, the Batman, Long Halloween, all Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Like they're thinking about putting those storylines onto the big screen instead.
No, I don't want the Tomorrowverse. Sorry, can I just go because I want to cook, man. I'm sorry, right? You cannot you can't do an adaptation that's already bad in animation. I'm sorry, the Tomorrowverse sucks.
That rhymes perfectly.
I swear, like, who wants to watch that garbage? I'm sorry. Even the animated movies are so bad to the point. Like, they just brought one out this year, and no one watched it.
I don't know a whole lot about it. What's this one called?
So basically, the Tomorrowverse is like it's like the newer like DC animated stuff. It's got it's so garbage. It's worse than the new 52.
It's bad.
Dude, it's so bad that they just brought out Flashpoint Paradox again. For the third time.
At the front door. They didn't do it again.
Yes, and it's only part one of our 3-part series.
Darius!
Yes, Darius!
Just in time, Darius!
Just in time, because we're going on a rant about DC as usual. But, no, like, seriously, you cannot do an adaptation of Tomorrowverse. I'm sorry. It's already bad in animation form. What do you think is going to happen if you put it in live action?
Darius, what's up, dude?
The only one that was somewhat okay was the Long Halloween. Other than that, the rest of them were crap.
For me, these there's only like 4 of them that I like out of the Tomorrowverse. It's the Long Halloween, Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Slave movie was pretty cool.
Never watched that one.
And no, Superman, Man of Tomorrow is pretty good or whatever. And also, what was the last one? It's with the Justice Society, Justice League, Justice Society.
Oh yeah, one of those ones.
Wait, wasn't it Legion of Superheroes?
Huh?
I think that might be another one actually. I'm not sure.
Wait, what?
See, that's the thing. Like, that's another thing DC needs to reel it in on. They have like 60 different universes going all at the same time.
See, this is why
Can you stop convoluting it and making it make sense?
Like Marvel, with how comics does it in Marvel, where it's just like it's the same timeline.
Those are the new 52 ones.
Those are the new 52. Just type in Tomorrowverse.
Put in Tomorrowverse.
Type in DC. Yeah.
Nah, because like
They're like
Darius, I know fine well that you probably saw the Flash Paradox Part 50,000 again because it was they just legitimately released that this year, and that's in Tomorrowverse.
He has other stories. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a one part of a
They
3-part
have
trilogy.
a treasure trove of so many stories. Why do they insist on doing the same?
This is just like when Fox. This is just like when Fox is like, you know what we should do? We should do Dark Phoenix again. Like, please stop.
Yeah,
Jesus.
no.
That brought up some PTSD.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
See,
and
that's
like
the
a
thing,
lot
they
of
need to
people,
stop
a
doing
lot of
that.
people are saying that it's like James is just doing too much. Like he's like
James needs
over.
to chill his man out and get back off of Twitter, get off of Instagram, go actually touch some grass for a change, because that dude is too much involved.
I don't mind him promoting the movie or anything like that. I have no issues there. That's fine.
Yeah, no, if it's promoting movies,
when
that's fine.
constantly, like sat on Twitter all day responding to, don't feed the monkeys, don't feed the
monkeys.
Like, stop feeding.
You see
these
what
people.
happens in the Cobra Kai fandom when that happens, so don't do it.
Like, Jesus Christ! Like, if you get Billy Bob that's like ankle biting you, and he's like, give me some information. Don't feed him. Just ignore him. Put him.
Just stay patient and wait. And most of these people that are trolling are just Snyderverse people.
Lost like thing in movies as well, especially when it comes to like this. Is like, what happened to the nice quiet release and it just blew up because it was a good movie? What happened to that crap? Now everything has to be in your face. Look at this, and it's like, well, you're giving half your movie away because you're showing all the locations. You're showing, like, yeah, you can promote it that way, but don't do it too much to the point where everything you're posting is about it, and then you've got nothing to be surprised at by the time you get there. It ruins the movie. Yeah. Like, some of the best movies, like, of all time are because there were sleeper movies, like Breakfast Club, for example. Great movie, an amazing film.
Honestly, though, I blame that on. I blame that on the media. That's the media. Like, the media just they follow people to set photos. Like they're camping outside of trailers.
Daredevil's already got a bunch of photos everywhere now.
I mean, if you're one of these kinds of people that sit outside a trailer area taking photos, you're an arsehole.
And people wonder why they don't film.
Hey, Jacob, I send it to you.
People wonder why they don't film a location anymore. They don't film a location anymore because it's harder to keep people from spoiling it. That's why they film in studios now. They don't want to deal with people showing up at locations because technically, as a public space, they can't be like, "Hey, you should leave." They can.
Like, I feel like I've seen all of the Deadpool cameos for the new movie because
yeah.
And this is why people say, "Hey, you should film a location." Well, this is what happens when they do. Like, it's something you have to get used to. If you don't,
it's just. I mean, there's nothing safe. Like, that's why I just say by the time you get to the movie, like, it's already spoiled on the internet. Like, I know it sucks, but like that's the way it is, or whatever.
You know who I blame for this? I blame the Chiefs. Okay, that's who I blame.
Yeah, me too.
Blame it. Fair enough. But like, this is just what I highly recommend James Gunn needs to do. Like, listen,
shut up.
Be quiet and take a picture out of Kevin Feige, and I can't believe I'm fit to say this helpless name. Kathleen Kennedy just be
whoa, Danny, what are you being smoking?
All right, let's give the man let's let him cook, but
let him get up.
Be
I'm sorry.
Quiet and just produce. That's it. You don't need to be directing. You don't need to be writing anything. You need to just connect the universe.
Danny. One flawed logic, though. The reason why someone like Kathleen Kennedy doesn't do that is because she puts it in the movie. Do you really want James Gunn putting that crap in the movie?
No. What I'm just saying is, can you at least connect it?
Take a leaf at her book at all. Don't do that. Don't.
What I'm saying is, the point of the matter is just connect it. That's it. That is it. That's all you need to do. Connect. Don't talk to the trolls. Don't talk to the monkeys. You just need to Superman legacy. That's it. Listen, that's all your focus needs to be.
I'll say this about James Gunn. Like I said it before. Like I respect him going after people who are spreading misinformation and spreading BS because that's how you got to nip BS in the bud before it becomes a whole. Because suddenly there's a whole
before it grows.
And now people think this is happening. Oh, this person's getting recast. This person's not getting recast, and it becomes a whole thing. I respect.
It becomes a cesspool of things.
But Don't like
it does indeed.
Don't go for low hanging fruit. Like, why are you talking to so and so with 5 followers on Instagram? Like, why are you talking to these people? They're not worth your time. Not worth anybody's time. These are the people that don't have jobs. Don't have anything going on in their lives.
They're not going to even support it.
Don't even know DC either, which is funny.
Sign my work so I can sell it on eBay.
Like, the highlight of their day is you replying to them. Like, that's the kind of people you're in.
Don't
you gotta
feed
that.
monkeys.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. These people don't even really watch DC, or they're the annoying, obnoxious fans that are living in their mum's basement, being like, "Well, actually, because he's coming, it's like, shut up and move on." Like, you get it. Like, I like the comics too, right? And it's good when it's like, actually comic accurate. But you do not need to sit there fanning your own arse, thinking, "Oh, yeah, it needs to look like this. It needs to look like this." No, bugger off.
355. Batman
comic issue 510. Batman was able to beat Superman. It's like, dude, I don't care. Like, shut up.
Who cares about the energy?
I'm really asking.
You just need it gone. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a guy.
It's just good business.
Like, I'm a guy that likes it to stick to the comic source. You don't need to stick to the.
But also,
more coffee.
God damn.
Where, like,
sometimes
I think a lot of people were. Yeah, a lot of people are saying like somebody asked James Gunn on Twitter like, so is the Michael B. Jordan Superman movie still gonna come out? And he said sort of, like, kind of, like it's
as long as they're making it like the actual black alternative Superman instead of trying to do a black
in production,
because that would
be a good Clark Kent Superman first.
Before I say anything, so Jacob, let me ask you this: like, when a producer says it's in production, does that mean that it's not coming out or whatever? Like,
it's fucking production. That means you won't see that movie ever again.
Wait, ask me the question.
So James Gunn. Like, they asked James Gunn, is J.J. Abrams' Superman movie with Michael B. Jordan going to come out? And then he said, James Gunn replied saying, yes, it's in production. So that keyword, from what I remember, is that ain't happening, dog. Like,
that means that is dead in the water, baby. That's dead in the tracks. Until stated otherwise, that's dead in its tracks.
Because let me tell you, production can mean a lot of things. Production can mean writing. Production can mean production can mean we pitched it. Production can mean literally anything.
It's so general, like you can't.
Yeah,
you can't.
It's not like post-production or anything. It's just production.
Like, post-production clearly is very like it's like, okay, we've done the filming, we've done all the pre-production, it's filmed, it's shot, we just need to edit it and give it effects. Production.
I'm just saying
that could mean.
Second of all, would you want a J.J. Abrams Superman movie? I'm just saying,
no,
like,
I wouldn't. You already in Star Wars.
Pre-visualization. That could mean storyboarding. That could mean story.
It can literally mean someone pitched it to me.
It's so general. It would be like me saying, "Hey, I've got a production for in the works for the next stream." It could fucking be anything.
Production can mean an idea in your head.
Exactly.
That's literally all it can mean. It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't have a specific deadline.
But see, that's the thing.
I'm sorry, J.J. Abrams. I can't deal with your shit.
Far away.
I can't
keep him away.
I'm sorry. If I have to deal with another mystery box adventure again, to where you ask a
sorry, dude. Like, that's why I just said, like, when he was in charge of the new.
Danny, I just need to rant a little bit here. Just now that we've brought Mr. J.J. Abrams up, so we got the Force Awakens, right?
Oh God, here we go.
First act. But it's mystery box to fuck. Like, there's like 50 million questions that no one could answer. A good question for another time. Brilliant. We'll read it in a book somewhere. I don't want to see that in another movie or show again. I don't want the DC universe suffering the same issues, because we've got enough shit to contend with. We've got enough problems. And I personally have no interest in it. I don't get me wrong. JJ's done all right in the past with some stuff. But no,
barely.
He plays really good.
I'm just gonna say this. That's why I just said, that animation Batman series or whatever. I don't want him touching it. Nope.
Yeah, no, but also another thing, Noah's right as well. Like, if they're gonna keep doing all these like other alternative versions of the characters, can we not just get the actual character right first before we
Glad
go?
you said that.
That was kind of the problem with the DCEU. They were thinking too far ahead. And they didn't realize
way ahead.
Yeah, they're like,
what let's speed this up, man.
Can he be good first? Like, goddamn.
They didn't even establish Batman or they didn't establish any foundations. They were just like, okay, we're here now.
Bro, DCEU was like, what if Superman was evil? Can he be good first?
Yeah, Batman around shooting people.
Also, Superman gets one movie but has a statue in the next. Like, what?
Why
that makes no sense.
Why do these studios have such a hard on for evil Superman?
Bro, I'm so tired of seeing it.
So
we have Homelander.
That's good enough.
It's because DC at the moment have a fetish for really. This is going to come back to bite me. They have a fetish for really edgy takes on characters. Okay.
Oh my god, Jacob, like all the characters you like. Sorry, I had to.
Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime. Is Optimus Prime edgy? There you go.
In the Bayverse, he kills people.
I'm talking about the original.
That's not the original tip.
The original intention of the character, not this edgy Michael Bay.
I just find it ironic that he's got Jason Todd as well. It makes it even better.
No, hang on. I had myself as Batman. You then changed to Jason Todd, and then you changed it to Dick Grayson.
Wait, why am I Blue Beetle? I didn't even notice that.
You're not even. Well, you're the original Blue Beetle.
I'm freaking Jason Sudeikis.
I don't know how we got here.
Like Tom Cord or something. I don't know.
It's like he could be Damian Wayne, honestly. He got the look.
To be fair, he is the younger brother.
No, I agree with that.
It depends on the animated movie. Some of them he's actually alright.
Yeah.
He's
not, in Batman vs. Robin, he sucked.
Oh, did you see when my favorite character right on here was starting to throw hands at him? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Flash. No, joking.
Let's not.
No.
Let's not.
Let's not talk about the Flash.
You forget.
Talk about the Flash,
Jacob. I am now a Flash fan as well, and I'm just as mad as that is.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And my pain.
To extend an olive branch. Screw the Chiefs.
Yes. Indeed. So I guess we could talk about the second half of DC. Who's the actress that's put? Who's the actress that's playing Lois right now? That they already cast.
Rachel Braun. I can't remember her last name. Rachel
Sutton.
Yeah. But they caught her in an interview, and they basically said that with Superman Legacy, it's gonna be it's basically gonna be a good Superman movie. It's gonna be handled with care, but it's also gonna be fun. And so when she said the word fun.
That could mean one or two things.
Listen, people get scared by that.
Darius already knows what I'm meant to go.
People get scared by fun, but I hope what she means is that we won't be getting. And I love Man of Steel. Don't get me wrong, but Man of Steel is a little too serious sometimes.
Yeah,
Superman is not that serious.
There's a perfect way to do it in between Reeves Superman and Man of Steel.
Yeah,
right in the middle.
I would agree.
It's right in the middle.
You can't be too campy, but you can't be ultra serious.
Can't be emo.
Hey, well, come on, Adam West Batman. Come on.
Comparing.
So basically, you're saying
comparing Superman to Jesus. Can we stop doing that?
So basically, Darius, what you're saying.
Stop doing that too.
Basically, Darius, what you're saying, we should get the Superman animated series.
That would be decent. I would prefer.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. They don't know what to do with Superman because for some reason they want to make him Batman, and they want to make everybody Batman these days.
They're listening to the fans where he's like, "Oh, he's corny. He's a Boy Scout." Yeah, that's the point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, literally just follow the animated shows. That's the perfect.
Batman animated
for every character.
Yeah, legitimately, Batman.
Except for one exception. No Batman and Barbara. Do not follow that.
No,
like
whoever thought that, by the way, I'm sorry. I need to put this out in the zeitgeist. I'm sorry, whoever decided that.
Not that nonsense.
We don't talk about anything related to Bruce and Barbara.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but whoever's idea that was, I will gladly come and rugby punt you in the nuts for that. I'm sorry. I have to say it.
It was like actually the Batman animated series guys that Paul Dini.
That's one for each of them. Then I don't care.
Paul Dini. It was Paul Dini and Bruce Timm.
That is disgusting. Okay, that is vile.
That was Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. I'm like,
it reminds me of the stuff that Joel Schumacher came out and said about the Batman and Robin dynamic as well back in the day.
Horny motherfucker.
Yeah, agreed. Sheesh.
Yeah, just type it. Just type in Bruce Timm and see what he looks like, and then that's your answer.
Hang on. It's like they were writing the story, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to insert myself as the character now." That's what that was.
Oh, you mean like most people these days, self-inserts have become very popular, and it's getting highly annoying.
Yeah, I think. I mean, fish have the right to be like, cautious or whatever with that statement, because because they're basically saying like, oh, I don't want Superman to be like Guardians of the Galaxy, which is fair. That's fair and everything.
Yeah,
that's fair or whatever. But
he can still have a sense of humor, at least a wee bit, because like.
But that's Superman. He always has a sense of humor, though. Yeah. Like he's that corny uncle that you have. Like that's Superman.
He's the dad jokes. He's got the dad.
No one's saying that.
I would rather hear dad jokes and stuff than sit there and get another serious take, because I'm sick of that.
I'm a phony. Get it? Because it's a phone. There you go. There's a dad joke.
Bro, look at the Superman.
That's
and
a
Lois
granddad
show.
joke, but fair enough.
Yeah.
Look at the Superman and Lois series. He's got like
they got it right.
He got the dad jokes, and like he's actually like they're it's fun to see.
It's almost like they've had plenty of decent castings for Superman, but they just seem to want to replace them with a lesser known actor that is crap, and then they go, "Why did it not succeed?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You try it first, but you don't succeed.
And then, like, are people surprised? Like, it's James Gunn. Even his most serious movies are not like super serious.
Yeah. Also, like certain like superhero movies don't need to be serious. Something like Blue Beetle is good as it like got a bit of comedy in it. But like, once The Dark Knight came out, as much as everybody loves it, right? Obviously, I have my own takes on that. People don't like the takes on it, but
totally
after that, every single movie wanted to be an edgelord movie. It was, oh, look at me, I'm edgy. I mean, it's like, dude, I don't want to be edgy Superman, and then don't even get me started on that Peter Parker.
We need, but the edgier the better, right? Like, because
no, it's not, because look what they've done with Peter Parker and TASM. Like, no. That's prime example of prime bad edginess. I'm such a cool guy with a skateboard.
I can say, like, to a certain extent, yeah, you have to blame the Dark Knight trilogy on like being it too realism and the over seriousness
of most of these characters. For me, so the StreamYard kicked me out.
Yeah, Superman should never be the character where they're trying to make them like.
Because I always got to keep on reminding people. Christopher Nolan referred Zack Snyder to Superman to Superman.
Yeah. Well, can I ask DC one very important question? Can we actually get a good version of Green Arrow that isn't just Batman 2.0, please?
No.
Can we get a good Green Lantern?
Can we,
yes.
Yeah. Can we get
apparently they're doing the Lantern Corps. Maybe that will be good. I don't know.
But it's going to be a murder mystery.
I have good hope for that. It's a murder mystery.
Yeah, but they've got Hal and John both in that.
They're finally gonna. The Green Lanterns are not really superheroes to me. They're space cops. It's really
space cops. Oh my god, that would be the best series ever.
I told
Lethal Weapon.
I told Darius this. Like the one Lantern other than Hal and John that I want to see is Kilowog.
Yeah, we're gonna get Kilowog, Sinestro, all those guys.
See,
man, if they kill off Kilowog, I'm not gonna want to watch the show.
I want stuff like this because that's what a lot of like MCU and DC like shows are missing these days. Is like they focus too much on trying to like interconnect everything instead of just telling a decent story for once. Like what happened to decent storytelling where actually, it made sense why they were doing a team up. Now it's just like, Harry's leg fell off, so we're doing a team up again. Yay! It's like, what? Why is it just random happen?
Well, they're talking about the Flash again. So
Also, it'll be cool. It'll be cool to not not be on Earth for once. So
also, can we please, just for one episode for a laugh, get an amazing beach episode? You know, like anime. Just no reason. Just no reason. Just shows up on a beach.
Yeah, just a quick random side quest to play volleyball, you know.
Yeah. Superman and Batman on two opposite sides of the volleyball net.
But also, there's some good news. James said that Batman won't be in this movie, even though it is a Justice League movie with all these cameos and these people have lines. Even though they're not cameos anymore, I'm just, I think it's a Justice League movie.
Do we need to get cameos, by the way? That's also a thing that's lost its art because...
The only one that kind of makes sense to me is Supergirl. That one makes sense, but the rest of them are just
Supergirl I can understand. Even though I think it's a little bit early.
That's just literal cousin.
What are you saying?
The definition of a classic cameo is a character related to, like, the actual character. Like, Supergirl is a perfect cameo for a Superman movie, not Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Come on,
it's like
for the Lantern show. Like,
here's Pim Pimbleton, like the third from like comic issue 545.
TCK on that, like I was talking to
who I am.
See, edgy. Told you.
Damn right.
Edgy, you're damn right. You see?
Yeah, for real. No, I was basically saying like. When I started to see all these other characters, because we were excited about Superman Legacy, but when we started to see all these other characters like Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Mr. Amazing or whatever, like I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, this is a Justice League movie. Like this ain't no Superman Legacy. What's going on with all these people? No, James, what you doing?
And they just had a movie that had The Flash that had so many characters in it, and it sucked. Like they just had a movie. Like learn from your mistakes, DC. Like you just had a movie.
It's like you need to keep that was the main thing. People kept on saying like, listen, people want to like DC, but you guys keep on putting all these characters in these movies that don't even need to be part of the story. It doesn't make any sense.
Like Danny, bear with me here, but why was the Batman so good? Like it didn't have all these cameos.
It didn't have a whole bunch of people. You had like Catwoman and
you had characters specifically related to the universe.
And I get it. Like I'll play devil's advocate. They are trying to set up a universe, so you do have to establish. Hey, there's other people here.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen the movie. We don't know how involved these characters could be. Yeah. Could be like, hey,
that's true. That's fair.
Superhero. Yeah. This could be a government sanctioned superhero team that's just here. But like, my biggest fear is it's going to be a clusterfuck. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be like.
Yeah. I just.
Well, the thing is, like, it's just like when we first talked about the slate. I just said like I didn't have a problem with the slate because then they don't have to do a lot of origin stories because they just basically just say like, okay, these guys are already established. Like it's less on the storytelling. We're just going straight.
Legacy will have
like you need certain characters to be sped up. Like just if it's a universe, like even in the Justice League animated shows, they would do that. You need to do that. But the one thing I do want is you can connect the universe. That's totally fine. But I just want to make sure, please have emphasis on the stories being individual, not just because we're building up to some dark side event or whatever. What's the individual movie telling? Because right now, that's the MCU's biggest issue is they've got so much. Well, that's not even the issue anymore. The movies just suck. But it's like, they've got all this stuff happening all at once of set up, building up to things. But then there's no connection on that either. So it's a poor example now that the MCU sucks. But at the moment, it's just like, focus on what makes each story special, like retain it. It's okay to connect things. That's not a problem. But I think when the MCU did it through phases 1 to 3, yes, there was some rocky bumps in the road, but by and large, it was for the most part, it was okay. When you're still watching Doctor Strange, it was still a Doctor Strange movie. When you're watching the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's still a Guardians movie. It's not like
but that's what I said. Like when I first met you guys, I said this. Like
it's so jam packed with characters that are non-super.
I said this when I first met you guys. Like, I think there's one edge that you could give DC on when they were actually good. Like, they made sure that their movies were their movies. Like, Superman was straight up Superman movie. A Batman movie was a Batman movie. Wonder Woman movie was a Wonder Woman movie, or whatever. Like, So
And
like
these cameos, it could be like fine. Like it could be something like Superman's like flying in space for the first time, and he saves like Guy Gardner, and like and Guy Gardner's like, if you ever need help, I'm with
You
the
know who
Green
to call.
Lantern. And that
Yeah.
sets that up. But first of all, I don't think they should
Needs to be earned as
They
well.
shouldn't be announcing these cameos. First of all, because it spoils like
Spoils
a lot of the movie, and second of all, it makes it seem like something that's bigger than it actually is. Because these could be like
Yeah.
one scene thing,
And then it feels like a shoehorn.
yeah.
You're just shoving it in there because.
Like
And
promote
like-
promote the Superman movie with Superman, not these other
Yeah.
Because
I
the thing
just-
is, when you do 10 connected movies, right? When you've got 10 movies that are building up, like the 10th movie, let's say the 10th movie is the end game, quote unquote. You've got 9 movies of build up. When all is said and done, you've got your grand event. Oh my God, we've got the main event. We've got the setup. But then once it's done, you go, maybe, that 5th film that focused specifically on Cyborg, that was the best film out the bunch.
Yeah.
Not the big event. It was that film specifically. Like, it's and I want us to say that about the big films and the individual stuff. I don't want it to be just, okay, here's this character, here's this character, here's this show, here's this movie. And like I've said before, right, screw the Chiefs. Okay?
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Screw the Chiefs.
Screw.
There you go.
I just want.
I just want to make sure that like not every character deserves a show or movie. I just want to put that out there as well.
That's true. That's true.
Like, we don't need to see not every fucking. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to use it as an example. It's like us 5 getting a show or movie each, and then randomly we just. I can't make that joke. But it's I can't make that joke. But it's like, make sure that every show or movie is warranted, and that you're not just setting things up to say this character's involved.
Yeah. See, if it was up to me, I'm just gonna keep it basic. The only 3 people we talking about is we're doing the Holy Trinity of DC. We're doing a Superman movie, a Batman movie, and a Wonder Woman movie, and then the rest will go from there. Like, that's if I was in charge.
Don't think too much about the future. They don't focus on the movie that's being made. They focus 10 steps ahead, and it's that's why
focus on the present, because if you do the past, everybody knows it.
Check the little tab, guys. Check the little tab.
Not even with DC. Like, why is Marvel not as successful? Why is Marvel not as successful anymore? Because they focus on what's ahead rather than what they're actually doing. And the quality is not turning out good, and that's why people are watching it. Like, it's not that hard to understand.
Yeah.
Focus on one thing at a time. Like,
so how many more shows am I going to have to watch to be able to watch a movie?
With the whole Ken thing, like, they focus on
legitimately, you need to watch like 6 shows and a movie, then another movie to know what's going on in this movie.
This isn't me trying to rag on Marvel here, but the point is valid. Oh, you need to watch this show because it's important setup, blah blah blah.
Not really.
Actually, you really don't. But yeah.
All it did, right? I tell you what, the show.
It gets posted online anyway.
Let's say the show was talking about this TV remote right here. And I had
1 hour later.
6 episodes of crap because it was setting up this TV remote that's used in one scene in a throwaway scene.
Yeah.
But to understand
can I also point out how ironic it was that he said 1 hour later and it's 1 hour 8 minutes into the stream?
1 hour later.
But I just don't want the focus to be taken away from Superman's.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Can we get an actual good version of Jonathan Kent here, please? Can Jonathan Kent not be a dumbass?
Yes.
Like, Clark, it's okay if those kids die, Clark. That's not Jonathan Kent, dude.
Also, no, I don't know if you noticed this, right? But
somebody say
I pointed out to everybody else. You see that clip Jacob plays? He does it the wrong way round.
Yeah, he goes find out, and then it goes down.
Yes.
Damn it! Now I've got to play it again, Adam.
Watch it. You'll laugh.
Where is it?
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
You see, that guy was focused too much on the future and not what was actually happening.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like.
And
Can we also just get a good version of the Bat family as well while we're at it, instead of just focusing on Batman solely at this point? We've got 3 amazing characters at the top here, right? And none of them ever get the screen time, you know? Minus that one. Anyway. Anyway, but you know, it's like we don't get to see like that's the thing. Like these characters are integral to like the story of Batman as well, but we always have to have him a dark loner in a corner being like, I hate life. It's like, no, Batman eventually evolves from that. It's like, stop choosing specific time points and redoing it like Flash, like Batman, or like Superman. How many times have we got to see Superman becoming his own Superman and, you know, going away and saving Lois Lane for the 50,000th
I
time?
don't want to see another origin story. Like, please, for the love of God.
But James Gunn said it's not an origin story.
It's not
an origin story, but it's an origin story.
You're
Like,
doing it's like Angry Joe said. You're doing the origin without the origin.
Yeah. Why don't
You
they
may as well
like
just do the origin?
I
then.
know some people don't really like Spider-Man Homecoming. Some people don't like it, but at least they didn't focus on the
I
past.
like that they just skip straight to
Homecoming's great, dude.
I like it, yeah.
Like,
I love
I like
Homecoming,
it for what
but
it
there
is.
is people that, you know, go off on a rant,
If you
he's Iron
don't
Boy
know-
Jr. or whatever, but I don't care about that, right?
If you don't
Do that.
know the characters by now, then you must have been living.
Bro,
in
I don't know
how
what
many
to tell you.
times do we have to see? Oh yeah, the planet's blowing up. They sent him off
Oh
the
wow,
planet.
Superman! Oh, just
It's the same thing.
Keep it ground
Yeah.
level for a while, establish the characters, and then build up
Actually,
to something big.
can we actually see the Daily Planet for once? Can we see that? Because that's
Oh
actually
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
When
kind of
there's
important
not
to the
been anything
character.
like that.
Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
They actually got the Jimmy Olsen right. They literally got Jimmy Olsen right.
Because what the hell was Jimmy Olsen?
You know why I
BVS?
highlighted you, Darius?
In BVS, he's a CIA agent. He says, "Yeah, I'm CIA agent Jimmy Olsen," and he gets shot in the head. It's like, that's
Jimmy Olsen doesn't look like me.
Yeah, but that's
That'd be
what,
like if
that's
the
what I'm
MCU
saying
was
as
like,
well. They also
hey.
have to change the character so much all the time. If they're not changing races, they're changing hair colors. If they're not changing hair colors, they're changing something.
Or they just changed the entire character for like, why is he a CIA agent? That's not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also the biggest bollocks of it is that how did Robin die? We don't know.
Well,
Oh yeah.
This is not great. Those movies,
You
right?
have to really sell me. I know the DC. I know the.
I'm sorry, but Jason. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but I know the DCEU right is in the real thing. I'm sorry. You have to really sell me that Jared Leto going is able to kill Jason. You have to really sell me.
I was Dick Grayson.
I know, but they've taken his story and they've given it to the wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Robin,
It's
man.
so annoying. They took my favorite Robin and his favorite Robin, got their stories mixed up, and also they're trying to make me believe that Jared Leto of all Jokers could beat Dick Grayson. Hell no. Dick Grayson would go town
Maybe
to
he
town
could
on him.
sell him some weed, but that's it. Like,
You're not wrong.
That's
You're
his,
not
that's
wrong.
his plug. Joker's his plug. That's what
You know.
That's the thing. It's just so bizarre.
sorry,
They need
Jared
to
Leto's
keep it
sitting on Common
grounded,
Going, "Don't want
not
no
focusing
weed."
too much on
On-
the future. Don't try
on-
focus on
on
what they've done
that-
in the past, because what they've done in the past sucks.
On that, I like about the story.
Black is when you're white.
Zack Snyder, dude, you are wrong for this at your Snyder Con or whatever. He said like, so how did Dick Grayson die? Well, I can't tell you. What do you mean you can't tell me?
You wrote it.
You can't tell
This
me.
is where
wrote it.
we've said it before, and I'll say it again. Sometimes it's better not to say things. Just show it on the screen, because you see, if you actually show it, we don't have to ask dumbass questions like, "Why is my favorite character dead?" and "Why have you mixed the story arc with another
I can't.
character?"
No. He said, He said like, I just can't tell you. You never know when I have to come back. I'm like,
You're not
I'm
coming back.
sorry.
get over it.
It's done. If there's anyone out there that's still clinging on to the Snyderverse, I have some.
Rebel
go.
Moon sucked.
It's dead. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I stand
Rebel
by
Moon,
what I
yeah.
said.
300 is a good
100%.
movie, but the rest, nah.
Snyderverse died the minute
You know
Henry
what?
Cavill was
In
out.
in the words of your favorite movie, the bad is dead. Bury it.
Yes.
Bury it.
Exactly. Like
Dead.
The
I
bad
don't
is dead.
understand why
You know
they
what, Darius?
want it
Tell them
to
again. Tell them
continue.
again. Tell them again. Tell them
The
again.
bat is dead. Bury it.
Wait, take a drink of what? Take a drink of what? Take a drink after you say it. Take a drink. Just to be
I don't have even a drink. Fuck.
Dude, he pulled up the Batman's hood. He says the bat is dead. Bury it.
Right. I think we've done a solid, like, you know.
Yeah, we did a solid one.
At this point, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Oh boy, James,
DC,
just take your time.
DC,
That's my only thing.
Do not disappoint me, DC. This is your last chance, bro.
Focus.
This is your last chance, DC.
Focus up. If today has taught us anything with the Ravens, they were too focused on what's ahead and they couldn't get the job done today. But also a little riggedness, a little bit of tomfoolery from the refs. But that's another.
That's a whole nother story.
I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, but anyway.
All right, let's
the next topic. Now, before we transition, we'll save Spider-Man for when RJ arrives because I know he really wants to talk.
Well, that was like I wasn't going to talk about Spider-Man. I was going to talk about Daredevil.
No, I know. I'm just saying so that way is a pre.
Yeah, no. I know.
I'm just setting you up, Danny.
I know.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I cook, please? Like, all right, like. So, guys, for all you MCU fans, your boy Bullseye from the Netflix series for Daredevil is finally inside the MCU. How do you young men feel about this?
So, I saw this news, and for me, I've been pick a character from the Daredevil mythology team, like whether it's like Charlie Cox Daredevil, Bullseye, whoever, pick a character. But for me, I'm very much of the notion I didn't like the prospect of Karen and Foggy not being involved going forward. I didn't like that. I was like, "Why? You've got a great setup and a great story already there. If it's not broken, why ruin it? Like, why?" So I'm glad that they're involved, and to see that Bullseye is returning, I love that because his casting is not only amazing, but the actor does such a great job at conveying the character. You couldn't replace him, in my opinion. I think if we're talking about character actors, he was definitely made for this role. Like, I feel like this role will become his own the minute he gets a suit. And I think during season 3, he stole the show. Like, he absolutely stole the show. At least for me. You know, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but when I saw this news, I was extremely overjoyed, and I was like, do you know what? Carrying on the story from season 3 onwards is the right play because you've got a great foundation there. Why reboot again? Like, why? Like, you know, it doesn't affect your current canon. It fits nicely in its own little pocket universe that you can now expand. And I'm just excited to see where they go with it. You know, it's just nice to have Daredevil back. But the only grievance I do have, I'm sure you'll all agree, I'm praying that they don't butcher the character. Please, for the love of Christ.
That's just my only concern. Yeah. That's really it. I personally don't like the Netflix series being canon to the Disney canon. Like, it's not like it's not them being in the universe I have a problem with. It's that stupid mouse that I have a problem with and everything. That's my only thing or whatever. But you know, but that's just me.
I have a dog in the fight, really. Like, I've seen parts of Daredevil. I've never really watched it full all the way through. I know I'll like it. I know that I'm missing out. But for me, it was just
give it a watch.
For me, it's just that the thing is when it came to actually it's not about it being edgy. I like half the characters you do. I don't understand why you don't just turn it back on me half the time. Anyway, moving on. Anakin and all that stuff, they're all my favorite characters too. You forget this. The only one that isn't is Jason Todd.
Interesting. Carry on.
Anyway, but that's the thing. For me, like, I'm excited for them to actually, like, try and do something with it, though. Like, for me, I know Danny might not like it because it's the mouse, but at least they're trying to keep it close to the Netflix series, because how many times are we going to see a reboot of a reboot of a reboot of another reboot? Or it's going to, like, continue off of where the last show left. It starts off good and then it ends up going back to pish again. It's like, we don't need that anymore. We've seen it umpteen times. We want to get an actual decent definitive ending of shows, or just even a follow-up to a show, you know, because there's certain shows that I feel like you don't need a follow-up to, like, because they screwed up how badly they did with Daredevil. It makes sense for them to want to do more. But at least make sure if you're going to do it, like make sure it ends well this time. Because if you just do it to make it a bit better and then end it crap again, what was the point in bringing it back in the first place? So that's my general consensus on the matter of Daredevil. Because to be fair, they can do something completely different, and I don't know what that would be. But you know, like that's the thing. Like when it comes to Disney, at the point we are now, I don't watch anything from Disney. Anything from like the early like 90s to like 2010s, I can watch it all day. But when it comes to new Disney, I'm sorry, it's just no.
So
that's right.
That's
right.
How about you, brother?
I love this news because, like Jacob said, Bullseye is one of my favorite parts of the Netflix show. And when you have a show with Charlie Cox's Daredevil and Vincent D'Onofrio, it's kind of hard to steal the show, but he did. And that says a lot about him. And as a character, I feel like he has a lot of potential because he was just starting to become the Bullseye that we know and love from the comics, the crazy mercenary,
it was a slow character.
He was just starting to become that by the end. If you watch the show by the end of it, season 3, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like they ended the season in like in a way where it's like he's gonna be back and he's gonna be closer to what we expect from him. And if they do what I think they're gonna do, where a lot of time has passed in the universe since the end of season 3, who knows where he's at this point? Like he could just be full on. They probably make him full on Bullseye with the comic accurate suit and everything, which I can't wait to see that. And
I mean, I saw a post that someone shared that they said the Daredevil suit that he has, he's going to take that and like remold it to the Bullseye.
Dude, that'd be
suit.
awesome because then you give a reason for Matt to get a new suit too to kind of distance himself from the Bullseye stuff.
Because he's already tarnished it completely in season 3. Like it's the look of it's completely tarnished.
And that's everything I hear about this new angle they're going on. They got the Netflix, some of the writers from the Netflix shows. I think the writers are from Punisher. I'm going to say they got the Loki directors. Which if you didn't watch Loki was directed beautifully. Like the way the camera moves is beautiful. They know how to film action scenes.
Loki was pretty good.
They know how to film horror scenes. So I think there's going to be kind of a horror tint to this with some of the villains that Bullseye and a few other villains that they're going to plan. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of a slasher type thing.
That's cool.
I'm excited. I'm cautiously optimistic, but Bullseye is one of my favorite villains in comics. Just about how crazy and he's kind of a Batman villain. If you know anything about
he's very, very unhinged and unstable. Like you never know.
You don't know what he's going to do.
And I think what was great with what season 3 did was, he was kind of like Fisk's personal like assassin for most of it. But then when he turned on him, like it was like a 3-way fight. It was dope. Like each of them had an
agency.
It was nice,
and
it really freshened up, especially in today's current climate. I think it's so refreshing when you have a character. Let's say you've got your main protagonist, that's Daredevil. You've got your antagonist, that's Kingpin. And then you've got this guy in the middle that has his own, as you say, agency or his own motive. Combined with them, it's like, wait, who do you root for? Like they all have like different kind of.
And then you got Punisher in there. He's gonna be back. So
I would love to see these two interacting. Could you imagine them having like a target like practice session trying to shoot stuff?
Yeah, I think we're gonna see it because there's a lot of characters in this show that are just violent, like psychopaths.
Yeah,
I mean, we love Frank, but Frank's a psycho. Let's be real, Frank's crazy, and so
I'm guilty. I'm guilty.
Like we were
I'll do it again.
In comparison to like Winter Soldier and let's say Punisher, the biggest difference is that Winter Soldier is you will get a precise death. The Punisher will drag it. Like if he hates you, he's gonna drag that out.
Yeah,
I still love the trial scene from Daredevil. Like this is
it's like
what? I'll
you
do it again.
No, that ain't happening.
Not to spoil anything.
Also, this is the best scene in Daredevil, by the way.
Not to spoil anything, but Bullseye, he has a reason not just to go after Daredevil, but to go after Fisk too, because Fisk.
Yeah.
Not to spoil anything. If you haven't seen Daredevil, go watch it. Fisk does something that gets him on Bullseye's shit list. So
I think that's what makes Daredevil season 3 so strong, especially with Daredevil, Fisk, and Bullseye. that trio right there. If you throw Punisher in the mix and Echo in the mix, like you've got the street level really establishing itself as it's not just one versus one. It's like one versus everyone. Like they're all against each other.
It's a gang war.
It's a gang war,
For
which
me-
is exactly what the comics and even the 90s cartoons and the shows really sort of showed, is because it's very important. Like it's very, very important. And I think having that sort of balance where it goes from this to this,
for me, like for me, I thought season 2 was the best one because we actually got to see him in the Daredevil suit and everything. And I think that storyline with him and Elektra was freaking crazy, man. Like fucking crazy. Like
I hope she comes back.
Even though it is Talia and Batman, basically they literally
you could say what Talia is.
It's Talia and Batman. It's Talia and Batman. It's literally Talia and Batman, bro. Like they just like, honestly, we ain't hiding it. It's like
people like Talia, Black Cat, and
Catwoman,
Elektra, and they have their own little club going.
Yeah, but I mean, this is just for me per se. Like, I'm not optimistic. I'm one of those guys. I'm in the zone of, okay, it's either gonna suck or not. Like that's basically that. I'm to that point. It's like it's either gonna suck or not. That's just what it is. Or whatever. I'm like, like it's only 3 good seasons for me. Like even if let's just say Daredevil for Disney does great or whatever, I'll still say it's 3 good seasons just for me and everything. But I'll say but I will be non-biased and still give it its props if it's good and everything. So I just want to at least let everybody know that.
Man, that's
what they might be building up to right here.
Yeah,
dope poster. It's just stuff like that, and I think for all like where the MCU is going in terms of multiverse and cosmic and whatever else, I'm more excited for the street level stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, the multiverse stuff can give us like the fan stuff, like I don't know, Blade is back or whoever's back or Eric Banner's Hulk's back, like of course, but like I think the street level stuff is where it's always been at, and I think that's where superhero storytelling is where it's strongest, and I think people are craving that again. That's why everyone glommed onto the first Iron Man so much, and then when he became more nanotech as it went along, it was just like, yeah, he's great, and it's great to see it evolve, but we missed the metal clunkiness of it. There's a realism.
There's a realism to a person like Kingpin. Like he could actually exist. Like there's been, and he has people like that. Like there's mobsters. Like they've existed in the past.
Yeah,
they still exist to this day. But you didn't hear that from me. But they they still exist. Like it's something more tangible. Like obviously we love like Thanos and Loki and Ultron, but like Darkseid and Brainiac, whatever else. But like those guys, they can't exist.
Like it's like you.
They're not.
It's like the people like your Killmongers, your Zemos, your Kingpins, and everything. You can just sit back and just
They're real. That can happen.
Hell, even Joker too from DC or whatever, like Scarecrow, like like these guys, like they don't have no particular superpowers, but like they got a realism story of, hey, your one bad day ended up being like the Joker. Your one bad day ended up being like Zemo and everything.
Yeah, or your one bad day ended up leading you down the road of being someone like the Punisher, where you were in the wrong place, the wrong time, you didn't actually do anything, and then you became public enemy #1. And
if you stick your nose in the wrong place, you're in Kingpin's hit list now because you looked.
You were somewhere you shouldn't have been at the time. You saw something. You're basically on the target, and then you get involved with Spider-Man, and then he's saving you, and there's a whole thing, and you're like, whoa, what is this? And then next thing you know, you're Iron Fist.
I know this is a little bit of a stretch, but like you can even be one bad day of being like Magneto or whatever. Like he didn't ask to be like put into a concentration camp and everything. Like they took him out of his will, and then now you got him being a mutant supremacist. Like he wants to destroy everybody. Like it just can end up just being like that, bro. Like you can relate. That's why I say, like, for me, I love Magneto. I think he's a great anti-villain. Like he's really complex. Like there'd be times where you try to see him do good.
And even Fisk is like that. Kingpin, if you don't know Kingpin's whole deal, he wants to do best for the city. He just thinks the best way to do it is I take control of the underworld. These criminals, I control what they do. Like they won't
Yeah.
do anything I don't want them to do. They won't be going out
Right.
causing. They'll just do what I want them to do. Like I'll take control of the underworld.
That's not how it works.
But it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
Not everyone's gonna sit there and let you take control. There's gonna be wars. There's gonna be fighting. Like
Or Darius, basically light augamine, like.
And then like that's what I think the main potential of Daredevil is. Like everybody sees the world differently. Fisk sees it this way. Matt sees it this way. Bullseye sees it. Bullseye's basically an anarchist. He's like, I don't care. I just want to make my money.
And that's crazy because if you have like two characters, let's say we all agree, and I'm sure RJ would if he were here, we all agree that the one of my most favorite scenes in all of pop culture for superhero related stuff is the conversation between Punisher and Daredevil on the rooftop. It was like when you hit them, they back up. I hit them, they stay down. It's like the challenging of ideology and philosophy. Now imagine you Daredevil out of that and you put Bullseye in there. A conversation between Bullseye and Punisher is very different to a conversation between Punisher and Daredevil. And something simple as that, like, oh, but they'll agree, they kill people. But the way they do it is
different.
Reason why.
Yeah.
Reason why it's different.
Does it to people who quote unquote deserve it. Bullseye does it to whoever he may feel like is in his way. Like there's again, there's two different ideologies there, and it's another new conversation. And that's what's so great about Street Level is everyone has an ideology. Everyone, even Luke Cage,
even bad guys have their limits or whatever. Like bad guy, like they got their own code of ethics or whatever. Like like how can I say? Dr. Doom is not gonna just like destroy people for the sake of destroying people. There's gonna be a reason why he's gonna do it and everything because it's part of his mission.
For the sake of it, there's a reason why, and it's usually because yes, it is a means to an end. There is an end goal in sight, but there's a reason why he may have done that.
People like Doom and Kingpin, they stand for something. Whether you agree with what they stand for is a thing, but that's their whole thing. I'm doing this for a reason. Not just
I love it. The Street Level, it opens up that dialogue of that conversation, especially because that's where I think people really relate to these superheroes and why Spider-Man is, without a doubt, apart from DC, is without a doubt the most recognizable, identifiable superhero of time. Is yes, you take away his spider powers, he's still just a guy going on his day-to-day life. And you have all these characters in the mix. Like, let's say when they eventually get there, you've got the Defenders, you've got Echo, you may have Deadpool in there. You know, you got all these characters that are like Street Level that have different ways of doing things. And it challenges you, the viewer, to go, hey, who do I agree with?
I don't know if you guys heard, but the rumor is that Kingpin's running for mayor. That adds another layer to it. If Kingpin becomes the mayor,
that's a problem.
How are Spider-Man?
I mean,
can't beat up the mayor.
He gets to a point where that scene in season 3 that you can't do that anymore.
I mean, if you wanna talk spoilers for Echo, like they basically just said it in the post-credit scene. Just go watch post-credit scene.
Basically because Daredevil's because Kingpin's basically like, yo, like how can I make sure that these guys can't
literally
touch me?
untouchable.
I'm the mayor. What are they going to do about it? You can't.
And then on top of that, when he's mayor, it's like a Breaking Bad situation. He becomes Gus Fring. Like, to get to him, you have to go through a guy that's through another guy. And
I mean, it's no different for Lex Luthor trying to run for president and everything. Like, it literally is basically.
Fisk will have his people guarding his territory while he's giving speeches. Like, that's what it'll be. And they'll be like, wait, you think I'm behind this? It was clearly freaking Smythe. Smythe did it.
You know what they're saying? You know what they're setting up? People still think Spider-Man killed Mysterio. He's going to start pushing legislation. Maybe these vigilantes are not good guys. Maybe we should
Human Registration Act.
Maybe we should hunt them down. Like, it's...
they're gonna do
the Sokovia Accords are gonna be renamed to
they're gonna do the Mutant Registration Act, and like if you start seeing like people like William Stryker or like Senator Kelly come to Kingpin's office, you just know that they're
I know that we've had a civil war already, but essentially Civil War 2 could very much happen. By that time we'll have Street Level, we'll have whoever's left of the Avengers, we'll have the mutants, we'll have the whatever of the X-Men.
Fantastic Four be there.
And they get another civil. Like that's gonna happen.
Just look out for people like Ross. Look out for people like William Stryker, and look out for people like Senator Kelly.
The minute you see Kelly, Ross, and Stryker probably working together, like
because like they're already setting it up. People don't trust Spider-Man. They don't trust Wanda because of what she did in Westview.
Yeah.
And
Superhuman Registration Act.
Because what's going to happen is like you could just see Senator Kelly just present his evidence in front of the court. He says, "Now listen, people, like there are mutants around this world. They cannot be stopped. They're taking over the United States of America, and we got to stop these people."
And then how you keep the Avengers involved is the Avengers go, "Hang on a minute, we've dealt with this before, and look where that ended up. Like, look where that ended up."
Yeah, we gave Wanda her freedom. Look what she did with it. We tried to.
Yeah,
Tony was right.
And I remember,
and I remember us talking about this. Right, is obviously in hindsight. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Steve was right. I still stand by it. But Doctor Strange 2 is what it is, and WandaVision is what it is. Now Tony is vindicated because it's like, hey, should have kept Wanda in this base. And it's like then it recontextualizes Civil War. That's a good thing. That's a very.
I was going to tell you guys this, and like, do not be surprised. This is just my theory and everything. I remember telling you this theory, and if you guys hear, if it happens, Disney, you stole my idea, and I want my $1 million. Like they're gonna probably use Tony Stark's tech to make the Sentinels. I think that's what's gonna happen.
I remember we said this a while ago because. Again, like the MCU has already shown that it's going to do things a bit differently, but the MCU is not mainstream comics, so they're going to change things. And for me personally, they're never going to bring Tony Stark back outright, but the way that you link it back to the beginning is Tony's Ultron idea. Trask gets a hold of that, uses the idea, and then creates the Sentinels.
So let's be real. Ultron is not dead. He can't die. He's a program.
He was in Homecoming.
Yeah, he's not gonna. That's his whole thing in the comics. He just
AI.
He's basically Brainiac.
He hides and then he makes himself a new body and he's back now. That's what he. That's what
he's basically he's Marvel's Brainiac basically.
I wonder, just on a quick side note, even something as simple as that Ultron head that Tom Spidey found. Do you reckon Ultron could be the key to taking down the Sentinels?
I think so.
Because there's too many.
I don't think
way too strong. Like
the Sentinels will keep on. Like the thing about the Sentinels is they never go away. They never go away. Like
that's why if you get Ultron, who's like literally AI, you can shut them down. Like literally a bit contrived, like Phantom Menace, but you know it.
But then he's gonna take over the Sentinels and he wants to destroy everybody. Like that will be. Then he'll be.
But then this is all contingent on how many story arcs they have going at the once. But if they do bring in the Human Registration Act, which they will, they'll say, right, we got the Sokovia Accords. Here they are. They're now.
Let's just hope that they are like taking some notes from like us. Like, I mean, like
after Secret Wars, it's gonna have to go smaller scale because you can't get any bigger
scale.
Way
smaller.
The end of every single.
The way I see it, as much as the movies in Phase 4 and 5 have sucked, this is for the fans because they're doing multiverse stuff. They're bringing like favorite fan characters.
Yeah, they'll go back to normal story. They'll go back to normal stories.
Once Battle World and everything and Kang and whatever else is done, then it's going to go back to linear storytelling.
When we get to Magneto
the street level is where it's at.
Magneto and Doom,
street level is what you need.
So.
Yeah.
Because
do you guys just want to do? Do you guys just want to do the Q&A until RJ gets here?
Sure.
Yeah, we could just do the Q&A until RJ gets here. So, chat, ask away any questions in the meanwhile till RJ arrives. Hopefully soon because I'm kind of preserving the Spider-Man segment just for him. But we shall see. But I'm very excited for the street level stuff, and you know, I know Disney have a bit of a checkered run with a few things here or there, but I really do hope that they knock it out the park with the street level stuff because that's what we're all like. We're really looking for that. That's what we want. You know, the gritty storytelling we can get behind and we can root for. That's why Hawkeye is one of our favorite shows, or Falcon and Winter Soldier, just because they're smaller scale. Like this could be you. Like this could be anyone in this situation. You know, and I think having that sort of freedom of your story. To have, like we were saying earlier on, characters like Bullseye or Punisher or Daredevil who may have the same goal, but how they go about getting there is three different things.
They just got different ethics. They got different ethics.
Every single person who deserves it. Bullseye will kill everyone. Daredevil will kill no one. Like there's like a middle ground there, like 1, 2, 3. You know, just stuff like that of conversations where take the Registration Act, for instance. when they bring it in, it recontextualizes Civil War for one thing, because then Tony's right. Like, for all intents and purposes, he's right. But then also, he's still wrong, and Cap's right, because it's like, hold on, just because one person went with, and again, writers, just because one person, again, I may not like it, but it is what it is. Just because one person went wayward, it doesn't mean that everyone's lost, you know? And then you could link that to the X-Men, the whole thing.
One bad apple doesn't spoil the bunch. The whole thing.
Bang.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
good question.
This is an interesting question, because I know a lot of people want to start with Wally West, and I get it. But to me, call me traditionalist. You got to do Barry first, okay? There has to be Barry, Wally's Kid Flash, Barry dies in the sacrifice, whatever, and then Wally's Flash. That's the way it's supposed to work to me. So we do Barry first, because to me, Barry has more interesting stories because he has the Reverse Flash stuff. That's all Barry.
I was gonna ask you this, Darius. Like, do you think the reason why people want what's it called, want Wally is because of the Justice League cartoon? That's what their first Wally. I mean, that was.
And I get it. A lot of people grew up on that. I mean, in a certain degree, I do too. I think Wally's the more entertaining character, but I think Barry has like
you gotta start with Barry first.
Interesting story. Because he has, like I said, the Reverse Flash stuff. That's all Barry. Like, you could give it to Wally, but it doesn't really make as much sense if you know about like the origin of the character.
You should start with Barry first. Like, do it in order. Like,
I know they wanted to get the guy from 1917. I think
that's a good shout. I did see an article that said Jack Quaid from The Boys.
I can see that too. Barry Allen, like
I can see that too.
Like, is Barry the traits of Barry? Barry's like, he can be funny, but he's not like Wally or Peter Parker funny. He's more like
more like Gronk does. How Gronk does.
Wally's hilarious, bro.
Barry's like a science guy. He's a smart dude. He's got a big heart. He's trying to like, he's got his problems with his mom. His mom is dead, and his dad was framed and stuff like that. And he's always living in constant fear of Reverse Flash. That's the whole thing.
Yep.
So
fixed point.
And based on
I'm sorry, man.
Like, can we not do Flashpoint first? Can we do like Captain Cold or Gorilla Grodd or something like that? Can we start small? Because Flash has probably the most underrated rogues gallery out of any.
Yes, he does.
A lot of great villains.
Yeah, Gorilla God should be. Yeah.
Like Mirror Master. Like, there's a lot of
Mirror Master's sick.
Maybe really trippy. Imagine like a Mirror Master scene. Yeah, like I just want them to start explore some of his other villains before we get to
have a little look.
Honestly, I think Sam Raimi will do a good Flash movie, to be honest.
Shade could be a good shout.
I kind of see that.
Yeah.
Oh, Shade would be dope. Really trippy.
Yeah, Shade. Isn't Shade like an everybody villain though? Like in the DC?
I think kind of Justice League villain.
He kind of pops up.
God, do you remember? I don't mean to bring up any bad memories, but do you remember when the Rival was brought into the Flash in season 3?
That was terrible.
He's like, I'm the rival. Like, cosplaying.
Who decided to name a villain the Fiddler? That's just
I'm not gonna pay attention to that.
I'm not messing with that one. Too easy.
Ragdoll.
Thinker's a good one too. Thinker
could be a really good one.
Cool show.
Magenta, Rainbow Raider, Chunk,
my favorite villain.
Mine too. There you go. Mine too. He became an ally to Wally West. Lol.
But yeah, you gotta get somebody who can play like the smartest guy in the room most of the time and charismatic.
Yeah.
Give him his actual supporting cast. Like give us a good Iris. Give us a Kid Flash. Give us a Wally.
And for the love of God, don't force Iris down our throats. Yeah, in either the show or the movie. Don't, please. We are
the Flash.
We are the Flash. Oh, shut up.
Give us a Caitlin Snow, Killer Frost. Give us that.
And if we do Firestorm with Ronnie Raymond, can we do it properly, please?
Yes.
Because Robbie Amell was great casting, and they did nothing with him.
And also give us the brotherhood, the friendship between Oliver and Barry, because that's one of the best friends of comics, and they don't.
Yes.
No one does
I will say the Arrowverse got that spot on with Stephen Amell and Grant. They got that.
They're tight. They're like
they got that.
Yeah.
Did you see the episode where Amell came back and he got to work with Diggle again? I'm like, that was beautiful. I had to watch it just for that. Hate the show.
Because to me, I thought, I mean, because I grew up on the Justice League cartoon, I kind of want to see Jon Stewart and Wally West like do their banter because I thought they was freaking hilarious, man.
Characters that we like, we've got to get to them. Like, you know, we got to get.
I know, I'm just saying, but they're like their banter is freaking hilarious.
Like, Wally West was great original show, but I think we got to start with that.
Yeah,
got to start with that.
Yeah,
but if anything,
especially,
I'm glad that they've got Hal and John at the same time.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, I love that.
That's something I've always wanted. It's like, why keep them separate? Like buddy cop, anyone?
Yeah, because like John is like so to the book. Vintage TCK.
Those skills. I could go for some skills now.
Yeah, I just
I mean, Hal. I mean, isn't John more to the book? Like he's like really serious, whereas Hal is kind of like laid back, but still to the book, kind of. Whatever.
Let me tell you what Hal is. Hal is Maverick from Top Gun. If he had, literally is Maverick.
John is more like Iceman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
John is to the book. Like, man, we got orders to do.
Yeah, it's like and not like a Boy Scout about it. He's just like, no, we got shit to do. Like we and then Hal's just like, I'm good enough to take.
Oh, come on, man.
He's not like, oh, we'll do it on the night because he actually can. That's how good Hal is. Is like he could just show up and do it anyway. Like he's
John is another. John is like,
we got shit.
Nah, man, this is.
We gotta do it.
Like, yeah.
If you had your choice of who to play Spider-Man and the Man of Steel, who would you want it to be?
Superman. Oh, I'll bring Henry Cavill back, of course.
I would bring Henry Cavill back. David Corrin Sweat now, so.
I mean, he's good at. I think he'll do great. You might as well get Henry Cavill because they're not that different from each other.
They're not that different. Henry Cavill. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm never letting that go. I'm never letting. I'm sorry. You
had
PTSD.
PTC.
CKW asked if we could do what we think they're gonna do with Homelander's kid and the boys. I have a dark. I have a dark theory about that.
Piece of shit.
I have a dark theory about that. I don't think this will happen. Okay, I'm gonna do it in a way that's a spoiler.
I'm gonna let you go first. Derry.
I have no dog in this fight.
The way season 3 ends, Ryan is not in a good place. I'm just gonna say that. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be in some bullshit this season. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
And, I think the way Butcher ended last season.
You wore the Batman hat, Jacob.
I'm not saying that this is gonna happen. But based on how Billy ends in the comics, which I have read, unfortunately, because the boys' comics are not good, but it is what it is. And
everyone's here.
The end, I think, I'm not saying this will happen. There's a possibility that Butcher kills Ryan this season because he feels like he has to. Because Ryan is not going to be in a good place. Like Ryan, potentially the next Homelander.
Yeah, someone's got to kill that little shit.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta think about it like this. What's gonna make Homelander snap at this point? Like he already has kind of lost the trust of the public. Like what else can you like? How far can you push him? Is to kill his son? That's the first.
His dad doesn't like him. His kid somewhat likes him. For me, I think if you watch Gen V, I think Ryan might take over that squad, and they might. Like go away from the comics and kind of do their own stuff, like what they did with The Walking Dead. Have
Evil
like
Teen
somewhat
Titans.
like Evil Teen Titans or whatever.
Do you think he kills his dad? Maybe
that would be crazy if he killed
Ryan.
Yeah.
Or you know what? I can see Ryan like protecting Butcher, and like he dies in the process by Homelander or whatever. Like. Because like he probably
Homeland. Oh, in my opinion, this should be the last season of The Boys because like the show dies with Homelander, and Homelander's got to die.
We're milking it, but like how many times are they like, we gotta kill Homelander, and then like they're like,
my biggest fear is like
William.
We're dealing with Sony here, and like I just don't want them to make another expanded universe and make
Too late. They're already
movies
doing it.
out of the boys.
The boys Mexico. Let's go.
Oh,
God.
And that cartel and everything. Oh Jesus.
That's gonna be a messed up show with the cartel. Imagine a cartel with powers. Jesus Christ.
That's crazy.
I'd rather die. Thank
you know they're gonna make stereotypes of those Mexican cartel guys.
Oh yeah.
Are they coming?
It's probably gonna
get ready for that. Get ready for that yellow filter. You already know they're gonna make everyone look yellow for some reason.
Dude, I swear, every time they go south of the border, there's like a yellow filter tint on every camera.
And then you just hear Tejano music. You hear Tejano music in the back.
Even Cobra Kai did it. It's so overly saturated. I'm like, that's not what it looks like.
Mexico does not look like this, bro.
Mexico really doesn't look like that. I've been there like twice. Like so
we've got 16 people watching right now. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. We're on 10 likes. Let's go. Come on. 15 likes.
Any questions?
Yeah, the boys.
Cody says, I got really jealous of you.
Really got to get to the end game this season because I'm tired of this. I'm starting to get tired of the whole like.
Yeah, they got to wrap it up, and also
round and round. Like, hey, we're gonna kill Homelander. Oh wait, for some reason we can't kill Homelander because
like so I haven't really caught up on the boys fully, but have they done this thing yet? And this is a warning sign that you might need to end your show. And what I mean by a warning sign, based on what you guys are talking about, is if the show dies with Homelander, have they had moments already where it's like, oh, we should kill him, but
yes,
we can't.
Already have.
The whole
oh yeah, then you're by the end.
Like, 2 and 3, seasons 2 and 3.
Okay, season 2 I can buy it because Stormfront was a Nazi and she had to die. But in season 3, there's like they have the best chance they ever had to kill Homelander. They have Soldier Boy on their side, ready to kill Homelander. And
I really don't like that finale at all. The season 3 finale. It's so like safe.
Yeah.
Like a safe finale.
It's like one of those like you guys could have killed him, but now we're in this phase of like, oh man, the heroes have to think about how they almost killed Homelander. Oh my goodness, what are our heroes gonna do?
Now we have another side quest because Newman is like.
Do you guys reckon they'll do spin-offs?
They already
have Gen V, which is really good.
Oh really?
Gen V is good.
They're doing the boys Mexico. They're doing the boys Mexico. That's real.
Oh, yeah. Really? Oh, okay.
I think the creators of Blue Beetle, the director of Blue Beetle, is going to be doing it.
That's the thing. Like the boys has really freaking taken off, and
I don't know. It's produced by Andor, Diego Luna. He's producing it, so it's gonna be pretty cool.
Oh, I'll have to watch it then if he's involved. But I think that the boys has kind of become a staple now in pop culture, probably more than they intended it to be, or more than they thought it would. And now
it's because it's a different take on superheroes or whatever. And like, let's just be honest with ourselves. The superhero brand is like basically almost dying anyway. So it's going back to niche market.
It gave us the best meme in the history of social media, where it's the Homelander just standing there going.
Also, my problem with the boys is it's still a great show, but it's slowly becoming the thing that they're making fun of. Like they're making fun of Marvel and DC, but like you're doing the same thing that they're doing with the spinoffs. Then
you're doing the same thing they're doing, but with swearing in the blood.
Yeah,
like you're doing the same. Satire isn't funny when you do the same thing that they're doing.
Thing over and over.
Yeah,
like don't get me wrong. When I watched The Boys, like the first season or whatever, I thought it was. I thought it's good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I even got the Blu-rays for all 3 seasons. I think it's a good show. But it doesn't... It's getting to that territory of, that Walking Dead territory of, like, okay, like, all right, the zombie... We know the zombies ain't bad. They're not on either side. But, like, and of course, we got other enemies, other groups and everything. But, come on, man. We got to wrap this thing up.
It's got to end. Because, like...
Yeah,
they have a successful.
You're starting to feel the fatigue.
Already. Like they already have a successful spinoff, so that can continue without the boys. And I think it can definitely go on without having the boys to rely on, because I think it was a really solid show on its own. And also, like I said, like the show dies with Homelander, and Homelander, he's got to go. Like he's got to go. Like I love him, but we can't keep dragging this on.
I mean, even in season 1,
Butcher, he'll most likely die. Like
Butcher yeah, Butcher's in the situation. He has a
Billy Butcher is my name.
And I just don't want, like Danny said, I don't want this show to become The Walking Dead, where they just like the problem with The Walking Dead.
Why is it always when JDM gets introduced?
Yeah, the show has to end, or but
It's like, damn it, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's involved. We've got to end.
The problem with Game of Thrones, shows like Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead, is they went too long.
Yeah,
they didn't know what to do anymore, so they like, okay, we have to go away from the source material because we don't know what to do anymore.
Like I said a million times, how you end it is as important as ending it.
Yeah,
it just, I don't want that to happen to the show, because okay, the difference is with this show is the source material is not very good. The ending of The Boys is trash, so I really hope they don't do that, because
sometimes like when you do original comments and you put it on stage, sometimes it's good that it doesn't go by the source material. Sometimes that's what I was just saying. Like when it comes to source material, you gotta pick and choose. Like it's either if you read it for yourself and you know what happens, you're gonna be like, okay, I can see why they changed it on the big screen because it ain't gonna translate well or whatever.
Very, very fair. Very, very fair.
Also, like the problem with The Boys going on too long is like they start trying to like they haven't got to this point yet, but they're gonna get to the point where they try to like out ridiculous themselves, where they keep making it like the bloodiest, what's the most gross and bloody shit that can happen. Like
it's basically gonna end up like, okay, why did we have sex in this one scene? It don't make no sense, but it's there and everything. Like, like
because Game of Thrones did that. It's like, okay, why is this a thing? And why are we having sex here? Why did this character just rip his other character's intestines out? Like, what the fuck? Why?
No, that's not what The Boys is. Like, it's either gonna be sex or like rip your intestines out. That's basically what it is. Came down to that. Like,
I love to see it. I love to see it. Fair.
Yeah.
You need to get around to actually finishing off watching that, but okay.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Why, Cody? Why'd you?
See, I know we're on the subject. I know it was brought up briefly, but I just don't care. I don't care about Walking Dead. I just don't care. I don't care about the show
and the
universe.
Okay, since we're gonna do this, let me go ahead and start this out. Like, I don't like the fact that they're trying to do a freaking end game with with Walking Dead. Like, everybody that has their isolated shows, they're trying to put them back together to stop those zombies from
that. Right? You want to know why that's the biggest load of bollocks ever? It's because these characters were together. You don't just split them up and then put them back together and then you've got an end game. That's AMC. That's not how it works.
That's not even what Endgame was, by the way.
That's not what Endgame was.
Yeah.
Just because you killed off all your future your future characters because you just killed for the sake of shock factor, Carl, Noah, Beth, just because you did that and you now want to milk it dry because you screwed the pooch. No one cares anymore.
Yeah.
You've taken one of the arguably the most popular shows at its time of being aired to now just be yeah.
I will say I won't say that,
by the way,
it won't be good because I use the example a lot. Game of Thrones season 8 killed the show, but House of the Dragon came out. It's great. People like it. There is a chance, but you're gonna have to get a lot of work ahead of you if you want to get people invested again.
You have to put in the work for this one. You need to bring back all your great writers. You need to bring back all your people that love The Walking Dead and bring it back to where it needed to be. Because like right now,
feel the passion bleeding off screen. Like I need it to be seeping off like through the camera. I need to feel it.
Because that series finale was just straight up bullshit, man. I'm sorry, dude. That was just...
If we load up the episode and it's the same thing, the gray Zack Snyder filter, a dead walker that's on the ground going, and then someone stabs it, and then there's a monologue, and then cue the intro, and then walking for 30 minutes talking about life and zombies. If it's that again, I'm like, we've had that for 4 seasons. I don't want it anymore. No more.
It's to the point of like, okay, like we get it. The walkers ain't even like a thing anymore. They're just there for cannon fire. Like if we need you to die for something, like that is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's
great.
I just I'm gonna be upfront. I stopped caring about the show the minute Carl died because what that show made was
right off.
First off, the way he died was bullshit. Anyway, that was contrived bullshit. And second off, you killed the show because the future of the show was
killed your future.
And
you killed the future.
Part of the reason Andrew Lincoln from the Kings of Pop Culture, like
part of the reason Andrew Lincoln left the show was he literally said, I didn't find the motivation for Rick because Carl's gone. So what the fuck is Rick doing here if Carl's gone?
Yeah.
Like so really that's a factor why Andrew Lincoln might have left. So now you killed the show. You did.
Yeah.
You did.
It's like it literally like for me, my canon is seasons 1 through 8, even though I think All Out War is ass anyway, but like I digress. Not like seasons 9 through 11.
Ow.
I don't even make those exist, man. I hate the last ending of Walking Dead, but like seasons 1 through 8, just because Jeffrey D. Morgan was just that funny, man. Like, you know, like
ironically, if they'd have killed him off, then they would have killed the show off entirely. He was carrying that show from the minute honestly, when Jeffrey Dean Morgan wasn't around or Andrew Lincoln, I just didn't care. I just didn't.
Yeah.
I just didn't care. I really didn't.
I still love the characters. But I just like I watched the trailer and I was like, I don't feel anything. I don't care.
Oh, what's up? Oh, so I heard you guys talk about The Boys, and I completely agree with what you guys are saying.
About get home.
I am. I'm about to pull up. I'm about to Jesus. Get help. Anyway, no, I completely agree with what you guys are saying about The Boys. I think I don't think this is gonna be the last season. I think they'll do like 2 more, like this one and the next one. I think they should do like 5, but I don't know because I don't know if you guys heard like the creator. He said like they want to do like more, like multiple like seasons, and I just don't see that happening without it being overkill and just being bad. Like I don't know.
Getting into that Walking Dead territory.
I respectfully decline it. I don't want it.
Like another thing is like I don't think that I know you guys said that like Gen V like Gen V is good and all, but once you get rid of like Homelander and Butcher, I don't think there's gonna be a care factor for these spinoffs.
William,
it's what a pleasant surprise. It's like on your point, RJ. It's just like The Walking Dead, get rid of Negan and Rick. Like, okay, what's the point of watching the show if those guys are gone? Like, you know, at least. Like, even though the show is garbage now, like, at least you can have Jeffrey D. Morgan to at least make you laugh or whatever. Or Andrew Lincoln giving you that serious moment or whatever.
That's why I respect the Breaking Bad universe so much, because they
knew when to end it.
They knew when to end it, and they did a pretty
cool
show.
And I saw something on that the other day where someone said, yes, they enjoyed the final season of Breaking Bad, but they said you could argue and make a case for the season before being the ending.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, for sure.
Then they made Better Call Saul, which is almost as good as
Whoa, donation. Lisa, you did not have to donate.
Better.
Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate you. Everyone raise a toast in the chat to Lisa. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Like Darius, I think either Darius or TSK said it. That finale, right? Okay, I like season 3, but that finale, like, it was low key. It's like, okay, come on, we're gonna have characters do this. Oh, because Homelander, he needs to live. Okay, come on, like,
bro, they literally could have solved the problem by letting Soldier Boy.
The edging was crazy.
Edging.
They were literally like 10 seconds away from killing Homelander. They were gonna do it, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
Bloody joke. Absolute joke. But
yeah,
I think you're almost on the way home, RJ. So we're going to transition to your number 1 topic, because it's the only one we've got left. Danny, what is the final topic of the stream, sir? The end game, if you will.
The greatest hero.
So this is just a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. It's grain of salt. So don't Danny
tech
me or anything. I didn't do anything. Okay. Yeah.
From
So
Daniel RPK.
so RJR, like, shout out to RJ because he provided me
Shout
some
out
of this
RJ.
stuff too and everything. So like there is allegedly there's a rumor of, like, you know, Kevin Feige and Tom Holland are want to make, you know, the Kingpin the main bad guy in the Spider-Man 4.
So not
But
Kevin Holland.
Sony, of course, Sony has to interfere and want to say, like, well, hey, if you're gonna do that, we need you to go ahead and put, you know, Andrew and Toby in there at the same time, which that doesn't make any sense. So, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Yeah.
Well, I know the gentleman driving right now, if he's still on the thing, would like to probably jump straight in with that. So, like, RJ, are you?
Okay, I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna be the first to say this. This rumor's bullshit.
Cook away.
I don't. I listen.
Might actually get a display picture one.
I'm in my car. I want to. You know what, Darius? You go first. I always go first. Let me get set up, and then you go first, Darius.
I don't know. I don't know the validity of this rumor, but if we're gonna take this at face value, it's just fuck Sony, dude. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. This is the most brain dead. This is the most brain dead idea you can ever have to follow No Way Home. So No Way Home makes almost $2 billion. Would have made more than that, not for COVID, but almost made $2 billion. Critics love it, fans love it. Even though people are trying to turn on and say it's not good, that's bullshit. By the way, so what do you do your next movie? What's your next move, Sony? You're gonna do the same exact thing again. That's fucking stupid.
Kingpin.
And it's for multiple reasons. One, No Way Home is devalued when you do the same thing.
Yep.
The next movie. It's like, what the fuck was so special about it the first time then? And secondly, we know they're going to be in Secret Wars anyway, so why are you trying to get them in there again?
Exactly.
Third of all, how are you going to put Andrew and Toby in a story with Kingpin? That doesn't make any sense. Like,
but then you also nullify the previous movie.
And what the hell is the story for Kingpin? Oh yeah, Andrew and Toby are here too. Like,
oh yeah, you got 3.
So are you telling me that the Kingpin knows, like, Peter Parker's identity or something? You know, like,
why are we fighting 3 Spider-Men? Are you trying to kill Kingpin off?
This is why, like, I don't care how far Marvel, the MCU falls. It will never be on the level of Sony. I don't care. Like, this is the most brain dead decision they could possibly make. If
hell, really even the DCU ain't that stupid.
Like you said, we know that they're going to be back in Secret Wars. Like, we know this. Like, it's going to happen one way or the other. And I mean, hell, it may not happen, but the probability is quite low.
It's going to happen.
I think they're going to be in Secret Wars.
We don't need this because they set up a perfect story for Tom's Peter.
Like I said, the way No Way Home opens up with the Columbia Pictures logo and the tone and Mysterio's monologue, I said this before, you have a great movie in there where it's just Peter on the run. Like, no multiverse stuff, just a movie on the run, a dark tone movie. Like,
they were prepared to do if they couldn't get Toby and Andrew
back. That's what I really want them to do with this one.
Because now, like, we have such a great thing. We talked about Born Again, right? That's supposed to lead directly into Spider-Man 4 with the Fisk stuff and the Daredevil team up. Like, that's still fan service. That's still fan service, Sony. People still show up for that. It's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You don't need Toby and Andrew to, like.
You just need to say it's a Spider-Man movie and people will show up. It doesn't matter what's in the movie.
Far From Home made $1 billion with just Thomas Peter and Mysterio in it. It still made $1 billion.
Yeah.
You don't need Toby and Andrew. You don't need to dangle Toby and Andrew like keys in front of people and be like, "Hey, Toby and Andrew are here.
Hey,
go watch it."
Like, watch the movie.
It's like, because even as much as, you know, people have, you know, Toby has his fan bases and Andrew bandwagon fan bases. Hate to say it like that. No offense to Andrew. I'm just saying, like, you know, that will diminish the. Then you'll just prove the people that've been saying for years that Tom can't carry anything, like, correctly. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna prove them that point.
The sad part is, you know, he can, because people will say I'm lying when I say this. The best part of No Way Home for me was all the stuff with Tom. Like, I love Toby and Andrew.
Thank you.
All the stuff with just Tom, like Aunt May's death and him fighting Goblin.
Andrew and Toby was amazing, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. But it was the cherry on top of a great movie with Tom.
Yeah, It was still good. Like, you know, with or without Toby and Andrew, it was still a good movie and everything. Like, you know,
they still serve their purpose. But if you take them away, they're still a good movie, and they were just
and that's the point why this won't work, because the movie worked because Toby and Andrew, that was baked into the plot. If you do it now,
they were very much needed.
It's going to be tacked on, because why the hell does Peter need Toby and Andrew to take down Kingpin of all people? It's fucking Kingpin.
Yeah.
Like, why does he need?
I gotta tell you guys this one thing. Like, and I'm going to speak for most fans or whatever, but let's just be honest with ourselves. We're all tired of multiverse universes anyway. Like, it is oversaturated. It's overdone. It's pure laziness. Please stop. Like, a normal story
when it
will be good.
It doesn't belong. Like, why is it like it doesn't belong here? Secret Wars, that's its own thing. It needs to be like that. Fine, I can make peace with that. It doesn't belong here. Like,
I'm totally done with multiverses. Like, if I hear multiverse one more time, I'm gonna scream. No more. Like,
just give us Spider-Man and Daredevil here, like we all want. Because I mean, who doesn't want that? It's
just a single.
I would just like to go a week without any new BS from Sony. Just a week.
Sony, can you focus on putting? Sony, just focus on putting shitty Madam Web and Craven out, please.
Yeah, exactly. Put all your attention and energy on that. And people will say, "Oh, but you know, it's just a rumor." Yeah, but with Sony, this isn't out the realm of possibility. It really
So, like, you have to understand with us and Sony, like, as much as they have great electronic products, by the way, amazing. Got a Sony TV, soundbar, PlayStation setup, got it, and everything. This company doesn't care about its fan bases whatsoever. Like, they will literally say, not only will we ruin your franchise, we'll do it with a smile on it, and we know that you guys will pay for this movie because it has Tom Holland Spider-Man in it. Like, that's exactly what they do.
They're resorting to putting out promos for Madam Web where Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney are like flirting with the camera to make you go see the movie. They're like literally capitalizing on 40 dudes. They go make them go see the movie.
Wow, Sony, you are desperate.
It is bad, dude. And then
do they care? But the thing is,
they don't care.
They're gonna smile and just say, like, we know you'll do it anyway. That's just the thing.
Let's go. Yeah,
you know what exactly. Cody, you know what the sad part is? Just make a Toby and Andrew movie. Just make a buddy cop movie with those two in it somewhere else and leave Tom out of it. Like, why do you
see?
People
simple.
see that.
Darius, just like what you just said. Like, okay. Let's just say, you know what, Danny, you don't get to say so. We're going to do multiverse Spider-Man. I'm taking something out of Jacob. We're going to do a multiverse Spider-Man and everything. But this time, we're just going to have we're going to have Andrew and Toby.
I feel proud. Carry on.
It's you don't get a say in this. You know what? You still got big fan bases with Andrew and Toby. And, like, you know what? That movie will still sell because you got Andrew and Toby. You don't necessarily have to have Tom in there.
Real line of Madam Web, by the way.
This line right here, even my cousin, who doesn't give a shit about superhero movies like that, said that's stupid.
You.
Responsibility, you will gain powerful abilities.
Bro.
That is disgusting. Danny, don't you want to know why they call me the Rhino? Who's writing this shite?
Just go ahead. Take Toby and Andrew and make a multiversal lethal weapon out of a buddy cop movie.
Yeah,
yeah.
People go see it.
Because what you can do is their plot is they're trying to get back to their own universes because they got teleported in a different universe, and bada bing, bada boom, you got. I gave you the story right there, so you just take that one. Like, you know, take that one. My goodness.
I just don't like. And if that's why this movie's taking so long to come out, please keep it up. Feige and Holland, please keep holding out. I don't want this shit to happen.
Just hold out for a hero, please.
Just keep holding out. Like, I don't want this shit to happen. Better it coming out later than Sony getting their hands on it and being like, yeah, we're gonna.
Because my thing is this, Sony, you're gonna win anyway. Your logo is gonna be on the movie. You probably don't have to do none of the work. You're not gonna do none of the work, by the way. You're gonna be making. You're gonna make 75% of the money. You know, Disney gonna get their cut. They get their 25%. Of course, you know that's just the way the this work or whatever. But just let them just do. Like, listen. Like I said, have I been a big fan of Kevin Feige lately? No, but I can give him this. He can get Spider-Man correct and everything. I'll extend an olive branch right here to say, let Kevin Feige do good with Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just
get out of the way.
This one be for real, Sony. You haven't made a good live action Spider-Man movie since Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 3's ass. TASM is not good. TASM 2 is dog shit.
I mean, Cody, we know your thoughts on Mark Webb and
we know how Morbius and Venom are
time. See, the thing is, Darius, I don't know if you might agree with me or this, but because the thing is, Tom said something in one interview about Miles Morales, and he said he always wanted him to be like he doesn't mind like Miles Morales learning under him. My thing is this: Sony's sneaky, bro. Like they'll use your words against you because knowing them, they're like if they don't get what they want, they will don't think you. As much as I love Tom, don't think that you're better than the company. They don't care. They will kill him off and bring in Miles real quick.
Oh God.
No, I'm just saying it's true. Am I crazy for saying that?
No.
They showed you with Toby. They showed you with Andrew. Like they just see you as another product, man.
The best way this is gonna happen here is we know Madam Web's gonna flop, right? No one's watching that shit.
Yeah, watching that. And if it does be successful, we know why.
Through glass to watch that.
If it does end up being successful, we know why. Because you guys don't got girlfriends. You guys don't got girlfriends.
Craven, interesting concept. Nobody's watching that shit either. Craven looks terrible. Don't you know why they call me the Rhino? Like,
I'm sorry, I will never forget that. The minute you told me that on stream, that was the leak.
Venom 3?
Watching the trailer, I saw that. I was losing my shit. I was pissing myself. I was
Venom
like, there's no way this line is real.
Venom surprised
Venom actually has a fan basis, though.
Venom has people like Venom. I don't know why.
The first Venom I don't mind. The second one is inexcusable.
Venom 2 is ass. I can't defend it. Like,
it's all.
How does movie have fans, bro?
The second one is inexcusable, and I also just want to take this moment to say, Oreo. Wow.
Gotta be racist.
Got to go. We love what we love. Hey, do you know that time, Darius, when you said something that really mugged me off, and you did this smile where you went. But just to continue that, like honestly, again, the same company, right? And I'm just gonna highlight Cody's like comment up here because I want to really sort of push on with this discussion for the last segment. No Way Home solidified Tom as my favorite live action Spider-Man, and that's coming from a Raimi fanboy. Let the man kick off a potential new trilogy as his own hero. We don't need to divert our attentions. And the same people that want all this, writing these, look at this cinema right here. Look at this Oscar-winning line. Not even Leonardo DiCaprio can make that a worthy performance. Look at it.
When you take responsibility.
Holy shit. I thought bloody Anakin saying, "Oh no, it's because I'm so in love with you." That doesn't look anywhere. Like, that line ain't half bad compared to this. Look at that. When you take responsibility for your powerful abilities, who's writing this spiel? Some guy sitting there with a pen and pad going, "Yeah, whoa, yeah." You know,
we have to be different. We have to be edgy. See, my thing is this.
Cody, yeah. Vanilla Spice, baby.
My thing is this: if you're trying to at least do something new, that is fine. I encourage you to do something new. But if it's not, if it's not good, but if it's not going to be good, there's a difference. Like you can do something new and it still be crap. And you threw a pitch and you struck out right there. Like you struck out.
I'm positive we're all very much in alignment, but I suppose the one person who fanboys over Spike, like we all have our shit, you know. Me with Star Wars, you as well, Darius with Star Wars, you know, Danny, you with Batman, like CSK, you with Marvel. Like we all have our specialist fields, but we're all like simps over different things, you know, Mary, you know, whatever. But also, Spider-Man included. So I'm gonna let this gentleman here.
Damn right. Damn right.
You're goddamn right.
You're goddamn right.
What the hell is wrong with you? I'm really asking.
Yeah, that's right. Telephone tough guy. Put Vito on the phone.
So, RJ, go ahead, sir. I know you're just oozing with excitement to talk about the Spider-Man rumor. I know I can feel it. Let's let RJ cook.
I am so sick of the Spider-Verse. Like, I'm actually being serious. And this might be a controversial take.
Oh, dear.
I care less about seeing Toby and Andrew again.
Oh, Jesus.
They serve their purpose in no way.
Yeah.
There's nothing more you can really do with them. Yeah, you can bring them back in Secret Wars. But let's just be honest with ourselves. Everybody's going to be in Secret Wars. Like, every major, like...
My cat would be in Secret Wars, probably.
It's just going to be fan service.
I'll be in Secret Wars.
So, like, their roles in Secret Wars will just be, like, you know, fan service. It's just going to be... Well, Toby will just interact with Hugh Jackman, and that's what... We'll just be going crazy for that. But other than that, they serve their purpose. So, now this rumor, I don't believe... To be honest, I think that
sounds like bullshit.
I believe it sounds because Daniel RBK, like he says one thing and he says,
yeah, but you know, I also wanted to put this
how they are.
Not to like cut you off, but just to feed into what you're saying.
Yeah.
This could be one of those rumors, and we've spoke a lot about this in the past, where the studio has actually put it out under wraps to see what the reaction is, and to give them their decision. If you know what I mean. But Karen,
I think that it would. I think. Okay, so let's for all intents and purposes that it's okay. Let's say for all intents and purposes that it's like it's true that they're fighting over like what to do. Let's say that that is true. I think Tom's gonna get his way.
Kevin Hollander.
Wow, because they know that they can't do what they did to Toby and Andrew. In the past, because listen, say what you want about like whoever your favorite Spider-Man is, undoubtedly Tom's the most popular one. He's the first $1 billion Spider-Man for a reason. So I mean, they're gonna let him get his way. Because if there's a reason why, like, there's been like contract holdups potentially, like he's got other stuff going on, so he's playing the game, and as you're an actor and you get older and stuff.
Yes, you do.
You notice like Tom, like the Homecoming press days, and you listen to him now. He just sounds like an older guy. Like he's older, and that song is horrible.
I haven't played that in so long, TCK. I've been saying
he's older, and
they kept it going.
He has a different stance on it, and if you listen to what Tom is saying, he wants the movie to be good. Like he wants to make it worthwhile. He's not playing around with like this movie, and he wants it to be grounded, just like Kevin Feige does. So I think he's gonna get his way. If this rumor is true, but I don't. I know that's crazy talking about the Toby and Andrew stuff, but I just don't give a shit.
Well, no, look, it all comes down to the story you're telling, right? And look, as a fan, I love to see Toby and Andrew absolutely. But from a filmmaking standpoint, what narrative do they serve?
What is their reason to be here?
The purpose of them being there. Now, in Secret Wars, yes, there's going to be every man, woman, child, and their dog in that movie, but they still will serve a purpose in that movie because it's a multiversal threat. In Spider-Man 4, there's no reason for them to be there. And then you nullify the previous film, first of all, and then you've got Kingpin as the villain. So what? We just go into the multiverse and deal with why do you need Daredevil and all these other street level people and building that up if you can just bring in the multiverse heroes?
Yeah, that's another thing. And also, like,
you create inconsistencies and more questions. You create more problems.
You have Spider-Man and Daredevil in the same.
Stupid. Sorry.
You got the animated series brought to live action.
Sorry, I got
that's $1 billion in itself. People are gonna show up.
People will show up for Spider-Man taking a shit. Like,
the
the name is as big as the character. Like every casual in that.
It's like I said. Like
I love how you're like.
I'll put it this way. I'll put it this way. Like when it comes to just superhero movies in general or whatever. And shout out to my man Critical Drinker. He said like this: only 3 heroes are gonna do like automatic people just gonna show up for it. Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Those are gonna be you guys. Everybody else, you're gonna have to work really hard for and everything to get you in, get you to come to their movie. Like, you know, so like, you know, it's gonna.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and they keep making these villain spin-off. Jesus Christ.
You know what? I always say this. Why don't they just make a live action like Miguel O'Hara?
Check the
like
tab.
2099 movie. Like, why not just?
You know what? Another thing.
I still think my theory is gonna come true.
Okay. Okay. Wait, what's your theory, Danny?
Check the tab.
I said like that. You remember when you told me that theory? You remember when I told you guys the theory, like when we were just having our talks late at night? I said like, you know what? This company's dumb enough to do Venom versus the Sinister Six. Like it's gonna. I still.
Oh,
well, here's my thing.
I think they're crazy enough to do it, man. I think it's starting to align, bro.
You have so many like Spider-Man characters. Like you could get a Miguel O'Hara live action movie, and if you want to bring back Toby and Andrew so bad, why don't you give them
Going to bed. Good night.
Why don't you just have a movie with Toby and Andrew together?
Well, we already said that.
Just have a movie with just them two together. Like I don't.
Yep, people will watch that. Just
people will still watch it. It's like.
This is what I was saying. Even when you close the multiverse down the road, you can still do stuff like that, and no one would care because it doesn't affect the main MCU timeline. Because those Spider-Men, by definition, they're done. So it's just like a treat for the fans, if you will. You know?
The thing is, it's just they just don't want to pay Toby and Andrew that big money because, well, you know, Toby he ain't gonna be doing nothing for free, and Andrew just wants his respect. That's all he wants, and everything. Like, of course, the money too.
Andrew will only do it if Feige's involved.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Toby, you have a chance of him doing it because he's all about money, but I don't know, dude.
Yeah, it's like, well, then again, Toby, if he was to come back, he'll probably still want Raimi to be there with him, and Raimi ain't coming back, bro. Like fuck this. Like,
yeah, another thing that stop doing. I don't think 2003 and Raimi 4 are happening. Just put that to bed.
No.
It's not gonna happen.
It's wishful thinking now at this point.
And honestly, do you want it to happen? Do you really trust Toby and Andrew with Sony right now? Do you really do?
Also, on that, do you remember whenever, like, don't get me wrong, in principle, could Andrew work in the Venom universe? In principle, yes, because his universe is about as fucked as that universe is. But Andrew deserves better, and I don't want that for him.
Yeah,
I don't want him.
Just saying, Venom versus Sinister Six. That's interesting.
That's
man.
Probably gonna happen.
Oh,
well, how did we get
allegedly Venom 3 is the end for Tom Hardy. At least that's what he says.
Bollocks. Bollocks.
Until the next paycheck hits.
Nah, you know what it is? It's the end of the main, like the standalone saga. That's what it is. But in terms of the Spunk universe,
now what is Venom 3 going to be about? I have no idea because they kill Carnage. So I don't know.
Hey, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when you see Michael Keaton and then you see old boy that plays Scorpion, and they just say like, "Hey, we gotta get a team together."
That Morbius post credit scene is the worst post credit scene. You literally ruined Vulture's character in like.
It's literally AI generated.
Also, the other thing is that they don't understand the rules of their own movie. Just because you have multiverse doesn't mean Michael Keaton's like, hey, we're gonna put together.
Everyone went back to where they're supposed to be from. So why the hell is Michael?
That's not how the spell works. The spell brings people into the universe who know Peter Parker is Spider-Man. It doesn't send them out.
Tony really just doesn't get it. They're just
Sony, you are the gift that keeps on giving. Like never change. Like
once again, great electronics. Not so good with movies.
Since we started this Kings of Pop Culture journey. Right, we've been complaining about the same things nearly 2 years on, and we're still saying the same shit.
Don't you think it's fun though, Jacob?
Pissing me off that you got the veins coming out.
And
of my
guess what? They're gonna be with the Karate Kid stuff.
Yay! More.
Of course, we gotta talk about Karate Kid.
Look at TCK. He's like,
oh yeah, we never asked.
Hey, by the way, hey, hold on.
How do you feel about the Karate Kid?
You like? I want to know. Like,
No, please tell me you're on the same boat as us, man.
Of course he is.
Well,
no.
You see,
Noah,
the Karate Kid movie.
Noah,
it's like the refs today in the Ravens game. Stupid. It's stupid. Like, why is it happening? Why is it happening? Obviously, why would you think I'd be on this? Yes, it's this. It's like it's shit. It's shit. Just like this fucking movie. Still think that it's yeah, it's pointless. I don't understand. It's all for money. Just like the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl, it's all for money. Like it's not. It shouldn't be happening. It's all a money move. It's stupid. It's pointless. And it shouldn't be happening. Like that's all I should say. I'm not looking forward to it. No. And yeah, screw that.
Yeah,
I've missed you, dude.
It doesn't even make any sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense.
Like
also, can we? They say it's coming out in December. That movie is not coming out in December. Bro.
Okay.
That doesn't sake any men's.
No,
that's casted anybody. You know what I think they're gonna do? You know what? Hold on.
They're gonna
you know what they're doing? I guarantee you, right? This is what's gonna happen. They're gonna change the script. They're gonna wait until season 6 is over, and then guess what? You're gonna announcement that Sholo's in there or something.
No, I'll do you one better. You're gonna get forced cameos in the Sekai Taikai to set it up.
Yeah.
I said, you're gonna have Dre Parker coming along with the trophy. Here you go,
oh
Robbie.
God, stop! No, please, no.
Yeah, they probably won't. You know what? They'll probably not even be able to get Sholo, so they'll CGI his face onto someone. You know?
Oh God! It'll be like the CGI mustache for Cavill, but worse.
No, you know, like that scene. You know what scene in Shazam where it's supposed to be Henry Cavill Superman, but you don't see his face.
They'll have Miguel.
He and some Ecuadorian dude, and they don't cut to the top.
Daniel's gonna be like, "Oh, Miguel." Daniel's gonna be like, "Oh, Miguel."
And then we'll be checking out the Lone Lobos podcast.
And then the film cuts right there. Like,
bro, I don't even want season 6 to happen, let alone another movie, bro.
Miguel, I'm glad you can make it.
Miguel,
like season 6. Yeah, season 6. Like, I'm really worried. I just see production hell, bro. Like, can you just imagine like the big three are trying to do their thing? And then you got these Sony suits that haven't even looked at the script.
Okay? I had an inkling that a Ralph Jackie Chan thing was always going to happen. I had an inkling it was always going to happen. But please, for the love of all that's holy, why could you have not waited till the show was done? Why have you got to do it before season 6?
You waited until like we all died, so we can't see it.
How about we just don't do it? How about we just don't do it?
Don't do it? How about you know what? How about we talk about Gail Betica? How about that? You know,
I know that's an unpopular opinion, but like, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but this thing should just. This thing should not come out. Like, I talked with RJ about this. I'm like, bruh, I don't know about this. I think this is not a good idea whatsoever.
Let's talk about the story allegedly. So apparently, this shopkeeper in Brooklyn is getting his ass beat, and then he asked, "There's a kid. The kid is training an adult. There's like a Chinese kid is training an adult in
what?
A shopkeeper in Brooklyn.
Is that actually?
Listen.
Yes.
I'm gonna say
that's allegedly rumor.
Listen. Hold on.
So what does that have to do with this?
This is why Karate Kid.
You said a shopkeeper in Brooklyn's getting his
ass beat. This is why the Karate Kid should end with Cobra Kai season 6. Because you just do repeated stuff. How many times
doing the same shit?
Stuff? Like that's just
unoriginal, bland, uninspired.
The roles were reversing.
You're a fraud, Spider-Man.
Just
you know what? The Karate Kid universe. It's about overcoming and facing the bullies and the
self-discipline.
Bullying isn't what it once was. Bullying used to be respectable. You go up to a kid and you You give him a wedgie.
Yeah.
You give him much money. You throw him in a locker.
Yeah.
Now
You dunk him in the
you
frickin'
just
toilet.
go
It's
online.
cyberbullying.
Now you just go online and say stuff. So it's not even like
Yeah, how do you overcome an anonymous troll?
yeah, like
You
it doesn't make
they
any
start
sense.
Punching laptops. Laptop closed. Laptop open.
You guys, a lot of these people don't know what bullying is.
The reason Cobra Kai
Thank you.
Cobra Kai is self-aware. Like it knows that
You couldn't. You guys wouldn't last.
No. Honestly, I say this in the nicest way possible. What I've heard of bullying nowadays is I got called a name. Motherfucker, that's entry level.
You would die. You would be you. You know what? I ain't even gonna say what I want to say and everything.
You say the wrong pronoun and freak out.
Like
Michael Jackson.
Like if even why are Jackie Chan and Daniel in Brooklyn? Like why is Mr. Han and Daniel in Brooklyn for some reason? Like what?
It's just good business.
Why? Like that's another thing. Like what are we doing here with this movie?
I found that perfect.
What are we doing here?
Like why is Daniel gonna be there? Like
why is Daniel in Brooklyn by himself?
Okay, I know this. Other than sell tickets, why is Daniel here?
By himself, no Amanda, no Sam.
No, do you know what it'll be? It'll be like he just accidentally happened to bump into him. Like, oh my god, it's Jackie
Dude,
Chan.
what if they just like end up being on a plane right next to each other? They just happen to be right next to each other.
Oh, God damn it! Oh my god.
I guarantee you that's what the plot is. Oh, we got on the same flight and that's how we met each other. Like, you know.
And the stewardess was being an asshole, and then we had to fight him together, and then we both did karate at the same time. It was a moment of like, oh my god, you do karate, you do kung fu, what?
Yeah.
And you really regret
that it's long of a day to talk about this shit.
And no,
you know what's gonna be the funny part, bruh? Wouldn't it be crazy if they just basically say that? Oh, like Mr. Han knows Mr. Miyagi, bro, a long time ago.
Bro,
okay, if they do that, I'm done. I'm walking out.
No,
I'm actually being serious. If they do that, Danny, I'm walking out.
You know why they might do that? Because what did they say Miyagi came from? It came from China, didn't it?
Bro, since when did the Karate Kid become a multiverse story?
Why is it a universe? Why are we having a universe?
Why?
But you get what I'm saying. If somebody says multiverse one more time, I'm done.
It was 3 movies, well, 4 movies and a TV show.
That's another thing. They said that They said the creators said that this movie, like not the movie, but they said that Mr. Han and Jaden Smith's character, they're like that stuff is not canon to the Miyagi universe.
Oh, it is now.
What? Sony says nope. It is now.
Stupid.
It's our canon.
Daniel LaRusso is Daniel LaRusso, but it's a separate universe. Like fuck that shit.
What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? It's not a
means nothing. Sony.
Dude, you.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Daniel LaRusso.
Daniel
LaRusso variant.
You manage a universe.
No, like, come on, Sony. Like,
hold on.
What are we doing? What are we actually doing? Like, let's take some time.
Sony, I tell you what, you manage a universe.
Put whatever you're smoking away for a second. Let's just settle down.
You guys don't want to see the Daniel LaRusso variant?
Let's settle down, Sony. Like,
no, honestly, it's like I said. Sony handles their universe about as well. No, hang on. Sony handles their universe about as well as Jada Smith handles her love life.
Got a bottle of wine in one hand, a crack pipe in the other. That's Sony, bro.
They're like, this is them in the meeting. This is them in the meetings room. They're like, guys. You know what we should do? Make Craven rated R. You know what we should do? The success of Cobra Kai.
No. Hold on, RJ. You're doing it correctly. I mean, you're doing it wrong. First of all, there's a big pile of cocaine right next to the person. All right, guys. Let me just say this. All right. So, okay. Craven, right? Craven, like, all right, so the lion dude, he gets bitten by a lion, and he gets like superpowers, and we're gonna make it rated R. Yeah.
I can't wait for the Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
You know what they could have done if they wanted to make a Karate Kid movie? Why not just make a Cobra Kai movie?
Are they still doing
after
that?
The show?
No. Bert, this is what we should do.
On the other hand, I'll still take one Top Gun Maverick over half the MCU.
And here's what we should do. Here's what I would have done. End Cobra Kai with season 5. Have a Saikai Taikai Netflix movie. That's it. That's what I would
I actually agree with that point. I actually would have done.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
No, it's not Netflix. Put it in don't associate Netflix. Put that in theaters. That should have been your Karate Kid movie.
Like an El Camino thing.
Because I swear, man, some of these corporations, these companies, they don't think like
they think much.
They forgot about the big picture.
No, but the thing is, when they say that they think, you were thinking.
And
now
here's another reason I kind of feel bad because even if season 6 is really good, all the actors
we're Walter White talking to Jesse.
What's wrong
Jesse?
with you? Really asking.
You ever think?
Jesse, did you like a radioactive lion? Yeah, man. I'm just saying. Like, we just get radio. This is how they got the Karate Kid idea. It's like, okay, so think about this. I always wanted, Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan to be with each other. So, how about we just make one big old universe?
I can't wait for the Social Network multiverse saga where he crosses over with Elon Musk.
Aaron Sorkin, come back.
Listen, and this joke is gonna happen where like Mr. Hannes says like a lot of people say that I look like Jackie Chan and everything. I don't see the resemblance and everything.
That's not funny though.
Oh yeah, because they said that Jackie Chan exists. Because they talk about him in Cobra Kai.
Oh my giddy on!
That's gonna happen. Like Daniel's gonna say, you kind of look really familiar. I know, I get it, Jackie Chan. I understand.
He's gonna be sitting there one morning in his dressing gown. His trotters up. He's gonna be watching a movie on the TV, and it's like, that
Rush
looks
Hour.
like me. He's watching Rush Hour or something. It's like you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. That's not.
Even if season 6 is really good, it's gonna get overshadowed by this dumbass movie. Because
I swear, someone could do a documentary on this company. Are they dead set on pissing people off?
Because the thing is, like, you don't
study about those people.
Because the thing is, at first, like I told you guys, like with the whole entire Kreese and Silver thing, I don't think they gonna get a real ending because you got this Sony cloud like hovering around us.
Binary Brothers spinoff.
Oh fuck.
Oh god.
Oh, do you know what? And this is the fan reaction because of people on YouTube. They're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! We're gonna get a Binary Brothers spinoff. Oh wow, they're gonna be at college. What's the story? They're gonna fight a bunch of stoners.
Yeah, like, what is it?
What's the story?
I need to address the spinoff thing. Okay, I need to address it.
Christ.
What more can you do? When you, what?
There's nothing. Come on, guys.
There's nothing you can do.
Let's move on.
People want a Miguel and Robbie spinoff. What the hell would they do?
Yeah.
Fight each other.
The whole show's already about Miguel and Robbie.
It's like, what? You guys could...
Knowing how
You're gonna
movies are,
Walking Dead it.
we know the turn they'd make.
You're gonna Walking Dead it. That's what's gonna happen.
Expect a Sam, Tori, and Devin spinoff.
Here's
starring Hillary Swank.
I already told you boys this. What's gonna happen to Miguel and Robbie spinoff? They get contacted by the FBI. Yeah, we're making a special task force. Let's go fight.
We're part of the Karate Vengers initiative. You want to join us in kicking ass around the world?
No, what's gonna probably happen is like if they want to bring back Daniel and Johnny, they'll have them be like in charge of the Karate Kid Olympic team or something like that. Like they basically will do like a Mighty Ducks movie too. Which Mighty Ducks 2 is not that bad. Actually, go check that one out. It's actually pretty good story.
I agree. Mighty Ducks 2
after season 6, what more can you really do?
Nothing. Really nothing. It's repetitive. Like Karate Kid and Cobra, they have a literally repetitive formula. Like kid gets bullied.
I'm struggling to see the necessity. Why do we need it? What's the story you're telling? Like, for God's sake. Like, talk about milking it dry. You're milking it dry so much the udders are on fire.
Yeah.
It's karate. How many times can you tell the same damn story? Like, come on. Oh, we've got a Binge Brother spin-off. So what, they're fighting stoners in college? Well, that's a great story.
So that just tells me this. Is Thomas Ian Griffin gonna get his own show? Is Martin Cove gonna get his own?
He already had his own show. That was season 4.
Yeah, no, he already has his own show. It's Cobra Kai.
Season 4.
Yeah.
Carried that.
Or could they have a Kreese spinoff?
Now this comment right here. So Joey, I'm glad that you brought this up because the Young Kreese and Silver spinoff, in my opinion, all it will be is lore expansion. We've got what we need in the show.
Also,
I know this is just a hot take or whatever. I don't even think we need any of that either and everything. To be honest with you,
what do we need is the question. Not what do we need?
If it's done with the army, it's not even Cobra Kai anymore. It's an army show. That's not even Karate Kid anymore. It's like
the question that
Vietnam
I ask.
show.
That's a good point.
The question that I ask is, what do we need? Not what we want, what we need.
I like how we were talking about Spider-Man, and we talking about like Sony, and then we went.
If it's Sony the gift that keep on giving, there's always a load of bullshit that steamrolls out.
We didn't even put Cobra Kai on the list, and we still ended up talking about Cobra Kai.
Still doing that. Don't put it on the list.
I mean, I know that's just an unpopular opinion. I understand there's people in the Cobra Kai community that want spinoff. I don't even want prequels. I'm gonna be 100. I don't want prequels. I don't want spinoffs.
Carry on no matter what.
It's I don't want it.
The thing about the movie is, this is why I hate Sony. I'm gonna watch the movie. I'm watching. It's cool.
Yeah, unfortunately,
no, we should do.
We're gonna give them money. Unfortunately,
I'm glad
together.
I'm glad that Cody brought this up because this is a great point.
Yeah,
right? I know. As fans, we all want things to carry on and be a universe and go write fan fiction. This comment right here, Cody says,
"Thank you." There's no need for it.
Also, bro, who
can you cast?
Who can you cast that could play Miyagi like
Pat Morita? Yeah,
Steven Yeun. He's like filled up. Like you can't get Steven to do it. He's a busy dude. Like
there's not going to be anyone good enough. Like
Jacob, you're gonna agree with me. It's like making a Miyagi prequel and making a Yoda prequel. It's like we don't need.
We don't need it.
Would it be cool to see?
We don't need it.
It takes away the mystery and the magic of the character. Like you're diluting it.
You already know what happened to Miyagi, anyways. He was in Okinawa. He wanted to marry Yukie.
Exactly.
Yeah, they revealed all his secrets. They revealed all his secrets in the show.
Don't need anymore.
Yeah.
Really don't. Like again, it comes down to the question of what do we need.
And then people want a Johnny prequel. I'm like,
why?
It's like why? It's Jacob. It's the Jacob. It's like the question of do you really want the answer what happened to Budapest? Not anymore. Nope. I don't want to know what happened on Budapest.
I wanted to, but they made it less of an importance for themselves, and here we are. Every character should get a spin-off at this point. Like every character should get a spin-off.
Yeah.
Give Mitch a spin-off. Penis breath.
Now I would watch out of that. Like, you know what? Let's create let's just for banter. Why not? Let's just go there. Here's an idea for a spin-off. I'm calling it The Hangover featuring Cobra Kai characters. We've got Stingray, we've got Mitch, we've got Kyler, and we've got Dimitri. Those 4.
Dimitri's too good for that show. Yeah.
Dimitri carrying that show.
Replace him with Bert. There you go. Then you got them 4. There you go. That's an interesting 4 characters to make it a comedic show.
And Nate is Leslie Chow.
I just can't. The more that is unearthed with Sony, the more I just have a strong disdain for them, you know? And
yeah,
it's about probability more than anything. If they went into, look, let's be honest, we all know what they're going to do. The minute season 6 is done, there's going to be spin-offs of every fucking character and everything.
Yeah.
The only one that I can see feasibly being possible right now, at least for me, that you could sell me on is a Julie Pierce, Tori Sam Devon one. I could see that.
Yeah.
I can see Chosen.
But even then, like, will Hillary Swank want to come back?
But even
as much as I love Hillary Swank.
Again, I just want to reiterate why.
I want to see what TCK is gonna say.
That's just an idea I put out there. I'm not saying we should do that.
I'm like, it's like, sure,
Just an
but
example.
like, really?
Really?
You got,
Just
really think about it. Really peel back the layers of it. You got the girl from Karate Kid Part 4,
The
and
one
then
no one remembers.
a side character from Cobra Kai who, like, most people don't really love. Like, we're really just pushing it. Like, let's do something
Also,
original.
like these,
Let's do something new.
How about we just leave the Karate Kid franchise in the books and revisit it in the next 10 years? Like
that's the only the only spinoff I'll accept is a reunion special in 10 years.
Yeah. And if 10 years is too much for you, 5 years. I'll extend the olive branch. 5 years.
5, 6 years. And then by then you could have done something where maybe off screen Kenny won the Sekai Taikai or something. You know, stuff like that. Like whatever. You could do stuff like that off screen. That makes for some very good lore.
You gotta factor real life into this too. Like these actors are not gonna
They're getting older.
Bro, the kids are gonna want to like branch out.
What you want as a fan doesn't trump what an actor or a creative wants.
Sholo's a superhero now.
Sholo is already like he already said like he kind of was like alluding you to like that Cobra Kai needs to end. Like he's already moving on to other.
Mary tried out for Lois Lane. They're trying to do bigger things now. Like
he's all that. And
Tanner just says, "I just want to be Robin." Tanner just said, "I just want to be Robin."
Robin.
He's like, "I want to be Robin."
Did Mary actually try out for Lois Lane?
Yeah, she did.
I legitimately need therapy. Like I hate this company.
They're actors. Everybody's gonna try out for a role.
That's just
I'm so drained, bro.
He says, "Really?" Like
I just this don't add up.
I just
Well,
don't.
yeah, but that's besides the point. Like,
actor audition for role. Yay.
Yeah. It's like, actually, I was talking with a guy that actually knew Sholo and some of the Cobra Kai characters like really, really well or whatever. And he even said that out of all the actors, like Sholo looks like the most potential to like go on to the next level. No offense to the other guys, they just don't got that. You know,
Sholo and Peyton, I think, have like the
okay.
Yeah,
okay, so I think Sholo, out of all of them, will probably be like a movie star. But I think Tanner has the potential out of all the kids.
He could be action star.
Like he can get serious roles. Like I that's just me. Like I think Sholo might be the movie star, but Tanner might be like the actor.
He needs a better agent.
Like serious roles.
Tanner just straight up said. Tanner is like in that game of like, I don't mind doing autographs for forever, but I just want to be Robin. That's it. I don't really care. That's my only life goal. Like,
yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, I just the actors are not going to get roles.
And CCK, you're still laughing about that. Like, really? She did try out for Lois Lane? Like,
I don't know why that's funny to me.
But it just no. We're just saying that because that's what we don't know for sure. We're just saying like they're trying to move on to other things, you know.
Yeah. I mean, her is Lois Lane. Yeesh.
We didn't. That's besides the point. That's Darius is not.
I know, but to play devil's advocate,
I'm just thinking about her in a Superman movie. It's funny.
See, I'll say this: Mary will make a good Batgirl.
The way she played Sam, the way she plays Sam in the scene when Anthony says, "You eating my thing," and she's like, "Text Jasmine." She'd actually play a really good Lois Lane, to be fair.
Yeah, she's just young.
I think she make a good. I think she'll actually make a good Batgirl.
Yeah,
Moan at Superman. So
she's got like.
I think
she's got potential. I mean, all the kid actors are like young. Like they're young. They're not even in their prime.
Jesus.
So, what is your deal? Like what? Rude, fuck. Like Jesus.
TCK knows.
TCK is like, really? She did do Lois Lane. I really want to know this. Like,
Okay.
Why are we still on this?
I don't know if we're gonna go here, but yeah. Okay, we'll keep going.
Shut up!
Save it for
Show him around his head. Come on. Open your eyes.
Save it for offline. Save it for offline, TC. Save it for offline.
Yeah. Well, we're at that point where I think it's time to wind down.
we're starting to like talk gibberish.
Yeah, we're starting to ramble on a bunch of BS that no one cares about. No shade to those those in question. Anyway, give a massive. I mean, who cares? Anyway, give a massive welcome back to our boy talking Cobra Kai. Screw the Chiefs.
R.I.P. Ravens, bro.
The Ravens got it stolen from them.
Is just getting started.
MMA King Kreese Jr. You know, RJ.
The Lions choked, man. God,
yeah, the Lions. Yeah, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I don't care.
Earlier on.
Let's go Niners. Niners, let's go.
MMA Kingpin Jr. That's what I called him earlier on.
Oh yeah.
And shout out to the goated one. Look at that background. There you go. Look at that. No black and white anymore. Look at those.
No Vaseline.
Great.
No Vaseline.
Great. That's a great distraction.
And the gray background here that RJ can learn a thing or two from. Look at that gray background. Marvelous. Marvelous. Thank you, Cobra Kai World. Yes, I agree.
Go Niners.
Go Niners. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Anyone who hasn't liked this stream, what are you doing? Like this stream immediately because it helps the algorithm. And come on, help a brother out. But we're on 13 likes at the minute, near 15. So can we get to 15 likes? That would be great. Give a massive thank you to every single person in the chat. Thank you, Lisa, for the donation earlier on. Really appreciate that. And we will see you next week. Next week. It's a shame that this isn't for you. That's unfortunate. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you very, 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 very soon. Danny, closing statement.
Subscribe to everybody, you know.
If you're down with Kansas City, fuck you too.
Darius, closing statement.
You guys don't got love for the Kansas City Chiefs. No.
Hell no. Fuck the whole city of Kansas City. Why you call Kansas City?
Stupid. RJ, closing statement.
Screw the Chiefs. Screw the NFL.
Okay, cool.
You ain't down with bad boy. Well, bad boy ain't down with you.
Say it again, no, before the boys cut you off.
End the stream.
Nah.
Context and nuance.